What's up, everybody? This is Sam. Real quick, you're about to tune into the first episode of season 2. One thing you're going to notice is that Vince is not in the chair to my left. Rest in peace. I'm just playing. He's not dead. Vince has decided to step away from the show. As a lot of y'all know, he's a very busy guy with the restaurant and all the other things that he's involved with. So basically just had a conversation, and, you know, when you're busy, sometimes you got to make sacrifices in some areas in order to, you know, balance that work life. So it's not beef, in case you were coming here expecting some tea. That's not what you're going to get. There's no beef. That's still my guy. He just, you know, unfortunately had to step away from the show. The timing's perfect, though, because we were at the end of a season. So if he was going to do it at any time, this was definitely the one. So obviously wish him the best. Like I said, there's no beef, so y'all can chill with that. Still, if you're one of the listeners that goes to Irie on the regular and gets food and supports him, make sure y'all keep doing that. You're gonna see me there still getting food. So Vince, if you're listening, I love you, brother. Keep up all the good work you're doing. So that means we have a void. So taking over for Vince is my guy AC. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, and you know, when all this happened, he was the first guy I reached out to. I told him there was an opening, and he, you know, met me with some excitement that got me going. So I think it's gonna be a great fit. We didn't really spend too much time like giving him an introduction. Just kind of wanted to get right into it, get into the flow of things. Maybe in the future we'll kind of do like a background for people to get familiar with him. But yeah, so AC is gonna be stepping in. We recorded twice. So in case you don't notice, this is like a 2-hour episode. I think we did about an hour and a half the first go around, and then we talked about a few things that were going to happen over the weekend. So we felt like we needed to come back in and do like a part 2. So we say goodbye twice. Don't fall for the first one. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop talking. Enjoy the episode. Appreciate all the support. Excited for the future. And yeah, let's go. So we don't normally do like an intro. We just like cut to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll probably leave this part in. Like I was talking about whatever we just talked about. Yeah. Welcome, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
AC, welcome to the studio, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
You hit me up. I'm like, man, I had to do this, you know.
Yeah.
My guy, you know, we get along. You've been
Something
rocking
like
me forever. So, I mean, it's just like, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
that's how
always good vibes between us. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, you know, Vince has stepped away from the show, and so I had to kind of think about like where the show was going to go from here. It's like you came right up to my mind, and obviously, like just from talking yesterday, like we already think about topics the same way, so we got a lot to touch on, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure.
Try to keep the mic like 3 fists in front of you.
3/5, like that.
Yeah, chill out.
I know what 3/5.
Oh man,
I know you know.
It's my ancestors coming through me, bro. I'll just play it.
About the 5th.
Too soon. And then try to keep like the front of it. You see how like this right here? That's the back. Yeah. So just like spin the mic if you can.
Like this?
Like away from you? Yeah, and then pull it out. There you go. That works.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
We gotta, get the sound right.
Man, so what's going on in the world, man? There's a lot to talk about.
It is a lot to talk about, man.
Where should we start? Got the NBA coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm excited about
me too.
that. I was actually watching a sports show earlier today, and they were like, talking about the MVP race and all that stuff, and I'm just like, I can see it both ways between Giannis and LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm LeBron all day, but Giannis, his stats, his team, his team record.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, it's funny, like, because like ESPN's doing its thing, they're getting back to regular season mode, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't even remember. You know what I mean? Like, it's been so long since I watched a game. Like, I don't remember who was going off this season. I don't really remember much.
I kind of do remember who was doing anything. Of course, Bron.
Of course.
AD. I think AD should win Defensive Player of the Year, though.
Really?
Yeah. That can either go to Giannis as well, too.
I was about to say,
he's been killing it, too,
Giannis
on both ends of the
make
floor.
An argument for that.
And that's the thing why I think he might get MVP is because he's been doing it on both ends of the floor. Not saying, Bron hasn't been doing both ends of the floor, but Giannis is definitely shutting people down on defense and then going back at you on offense. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw something it came up on like social media this week. It was talking about Giannis, and it was last year's Sixth Man of the Year, Dennis Schroeder, and Dennis is averaging more minutes a game than Giannis is.
Really?
And he's the sixth man versus the MVP.
You know why?
That's just crazy.
Yeah, Schroeder has been killing it though for OKC. Like he is like next level now. Like he stepped his game up. But I think why he's playing more minutes than Giannis is because the Bucks are always blowing people out, and then like Giannis and the starters are sitting like half the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point to keep him in and keep taking up the points. So
Schroeder's in a good position too because like he's coming off the bench for Chris Paul, and obviously I would assume that CP isn't playing as much as he used to. So like he gets an opportunity to get maybe an extra 5-10 minutes a game.
He's a sixth man, but getting starter minutes though.
Yeah, kind of like Jamal Crawford used to.
Jamal Crawford, Lou Will. Yeah.
Like occasionally there's that sixth man who's basically a starter.
That
comes off the bench.
Definitely who Lou Will is.
Yeah.
I seen something about him earlier. He said something like, "Has there ever been two players coming off the bench averaging 18 points with two superstars?" And I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't.
Who's the other person off the bench for
Montrezl Harrell.
He also gets like 18?
Yes.
Wow.
Off the bench, dude.
I didn't know he was a scorer like that.
He's just a hustler, man.
Yeah.
He's a hustler. He gets the boards, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And he got that gritty attitude. He a bulldog, man.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. He ain't got no crazy offense, but he gonna get the boards, get putbacks.
There's energy type.
He gonna talk a little mess too. He gonna talk a little mess.
Got to, bro.
That's probably why I like him a lot.
If you got Pat Bev on your team, you got to be talking that shit.
Pat Bev to rub off everybody on that team.
Yeah. Man, so he was on JJ Redick's podcast this week.
I heard JJ
Pat
Bev
Bev.
podcast.
Yeah. And it's just like hearing him talk about like how he looks at the game. It's like it's funny because there's always those cats that come with aggression, like whatever sport or whatever it is they do. There's always those guys.
Yeah.
And it's funny because most of the time when you hear him talk, they're like the nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to Pat Bev like talk about his career and like the way he looks at things. And it's like he sounded like the most chill dude.
Yeah.
But it's like get on that court and it's
a whole different animal. He's a dog.
Nuts.
I like Pat Bev because he ain't take the conventional route to get to the league. Then he said he was like overseas or something like that too for like years. And then was he in the D League as well?
He didn't talk about the D League, but I think he was.
He might have, that.
Or at least the summer league or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then he just grinded his way to the league, and now he there.
He's a starter on a contender.
He's a starter on a contender team. I think.
Yeah.
I want the Lakers to win it, but I think the Clippers have a more depth on their team.
I mean, yeah, you're talking about two people getting 18.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Like, shit.
Yeah, man.
No, I mean, that's true. But I think ultimately it's going to come down to like LA versus LA pretty much. And whoever wins that is going to win the chip.
Yeah.
But like for me, I mean, it's just going to be Bron versus Kawhi. That's all people are going to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PG got that stuff too. He got that work.
PG's
too.
nice, but
when
it's playoff time.
Yeah, we
get a different PG.
He ain't did it yet.
He goes from PG to rated G. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking downgrades.
Yeah. Kids movie.
Yeah. No, man, I'm just excited. Like I've been watching UFC, and there's been some boxing fights. So like I'm getting my sports fix. Soccer's back on. I don't really watch much, but I started to this year. Yeah. So like, but I mean, basketball is like that's my sport. So
yeah, I mean basketball is what it's at. But I've actually been watching UFC because like they've been one of the first sports to come back on, and
I think they were the first.
Lit. Like these fights I've been seeing has been crazy. I'm like these dudes is doing spinning elbows. I'm like what?
Did you ever watch before? Or is
no.
This like
so
your first
I think I started watching like probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
When it like really got hype, and then like.
Like when Conor McGregor was doing his thing?
Yeah, McGregor was doing his thing with his little arm swelling and stuff like that.
Bro, that's what got me into the UFC too. Like they had like that reality TV show back in the day.
Oh, when they like put like teams, Ultimate Fighting, like teams, like
yeah. Which I used to watch that like when the parents were asleep and I could get away with it, But and then like Conor comes along and he's like the best trash talker of all time.
Trash talker, and he backed it up.
Yeah,
I'm back it up. Yep.
Yeah,
I love the UFC.
I've been watching a lot, but it's been nice to have something to watch. But now that basketball is like my favorite sport. So
the one thing I'm like concerned about is I'm not concerned about the NBA, the NFL starting back up. I don't know how they're going to do it because basketball you got everybody in the bubble, and you can just have every team in a bubble, or they said 22 teams or whatnot.
Yeah.
The NFL. like you literally got to travel state. You're not putting 32 teams in
one
in one state.
Yeah.
Like you can be playing in East Kenwood Football Stadium and South Christian. Like I mean, like
yeah.
But like,
nah, has there been any talks about what they're gonna do?
So like, there hasn't been any talks like from the commissioner and whatnot, but like the players have been saying like, hey man, you got to make sure we're safe in order for us to play because like football is a lot of contact, a lot of fluids and all that stuff, a lot of touching, you know what I mean? And
these dudes got families.
Like, and most of these contracts, they're not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if they are, it's like a small amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And plus, there's like 50 people on each sideline?
Man, so you got a 52-man roster. And then you're not even talking about the
10 coaches and
you probably got like at least 2 or 3 position coaches.
Man. So what, like 75 people on the sideline, maybe something like that?
Yep.
Like,
yep.
So you're talking about 150 people on the field, refs, camera, yeah. Football's gonna be interesting.
And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot more people because NBA, like per team, you're probably gonna have max 20, 25 people, including all the coaches and players.
Yeah.
But I mean, hope they figure it out. I mean, because I love football. But I mean, hope they get it together, man.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, especially like college sports. That's the big thing I'm concerned about.
Yes.
Because like the NBA can do its thing because they have billions of dollars. You know, but like these schools, like they don't know what they're doing.
They don't. I've seen a couple commissioners from each conference, like the Big Ten and the Pac-12. They said they're not going to play an outside schedule, which means like, for example, Oregon is not going to come play Ohio State. You know what I mean? They're going to just conference because Pac-12 is all on the West Coast. But I mean, you still don't have to leave the state. You go from Oregon, you go to Cali. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird, man. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is you go to the school. Well, but these dudes they have class and shit. I was just saying like you could go there 2 weeks early and like quarantine. I don't know.
I mean, they can do online classes. Like the players can do online classes. I mean, you already treat them better than the regular students anyway. So I mean, like,
I was about to say, I don't think they really go to class.
They don't really go to class, man. They probably got teachers helping them out. All that.
Bro, I think about that all the time. Like, dog, if Devin Booker's in my class, all right, you can skip the paper. I got you. Just follow me back on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, like
I want to know how much stuff goes on like that.
It's man, like. Yeah. I can only imagine, especially being that high of an athlete. Like,
yeah, like your teacher at Kentucky, like.
So it makes it worse because like the basketball players, they really only got to go to class for like 3 months, first semester, and then they don't have to. You know what I mean? Because like once you pass the first semester, you're good. If you fail the first semester, you're like want to be on academic probation. Yeah, you know what I mean? But.
Yeah,
like so they're really good after 3 months. Then they're good, you know.
Especially if you know you're gonna be a one and done.
You know you're gonna be a one and done. Like all the Kentucky players know.
Isn't that what Ben Simmons did?
Ben Simmons didn't even go to class first semester. Like
no,
that's what I heard.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was on probation.
Like
yeah. Because he didn't even really play at LSU.
No,
right?
He played a
little.
Oh
no. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, he
only played like 2 games or whatever.
Yeah, I think he got hurt, but Ben Simmons was different. Like he didn't even go to class. I heard he was taking all online classes like first semester as a freshman. I'm like,
didn't do them.
Like he's just like log in and just probably go do something else.
Yeah. I mean, but it's real though. Like, I mean, if the goal is to make it to the NBA, why am I in math class?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I totally understand that. Like,
yeah. I mean, you were college sports. Like, how hard was it to stay focused on school?
Well, man, my first semester, I try to, hit the ground running and, be responsible, go to classes together, do all that. It was tough. Like, it was literally a job. Like, being a collegiate athlete is a job. Like, hell weeks, during wintertime, you're literally waking up at 5 in the morning. You got to be there at 5 in the morning. So you're up at 4. You know what I mean? Then you have to do all the conditioning, all that. And then you have to do film. And then if you had an 8 a.m. class, you got to go shower, go to class.
In the middle of Hell Week.
In the middle of Hell Week. Oh yeah, middle of Hell Week. And then you would like go to your class and then come back for like regular practice.
Oh my God. After all that?
After all that. This was like
damn,
year round. Like year round. So it's like.
So naturally, like you had to fall asleep in class and shit like that.
I mean,
like you had no choice.
Yeah, you had no choice, or you would skip some classes here and there.
Yeah.
Second semester, it was a lot more fun for me. I'm put it that way. Had a lot more fun, man.
Yeah.
You know, had a lot more help in the classroom. You know, I got more friendly, more acquainted with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, help me out. Even the professors, which was crazy. Like, they would know that, like, we got a game coming up. Like, AC, I know you got a game coming up this Saturday. You can just turn your assignment in a few days late. It's like, cool.
Without even having to ask for it. Yeah.
I didn't even go up to him, like, and ask him. So, yeah.
I mean, I think it's, this might be like a hot take, but I feel like the professors know that majority of the bills that get paid at colleges are because of the sports.
Yeah.
Because that's the marketing. Like, oh, we're good at football, come to our school.
Yeah, literally.
You know
the main money, like, comes from basketball and football.
Yeah.
And then that money gets dispersed across the university. So,
yeah, I mean, look at like Davenport down the street. For those that don't know, like there's a college down the or university now.
Yeah.
But their damn near entire population is just student athletes.
Yep.
And so like they built the whole college off that. And to me, that's a good move because if they've been doing well, but if they continue to do well in sports, then you're going to get students to come. And then all of a sudden your university starts expanding like crazy.
And there's like low key expanding. Like they're getting these big time athletes from like D1 schools to come play on, you know what I mean? Like if they didn't make it or they had some trouble up or whatnot, they come to Davenport and shine and get it in. Like I know they sent a couple players to like camps. You know what I mean? Like just to try out for the team and whatnot. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean it's college athletics is like an interesting thing. It's something I'm passionate about too, because like, I mean, you got there's a lot of players that, you know, either get married young or like have kids early.
Yes.
And then you're talking about they have bills to pay now. And now you're talking about they need money and they're not allowed to get paid. You know, thankfully NCAA is passing the laws to where you can make money off your image.
Yeah, I think.
Which is good, but it's not enough.
Oh, no,
it's not enough. That's not even close to enough.
I think like a lot of these big time programs, is just my personal opinion, like Ohio State, Alabama's, you know, Florida, LSU. I think they're dropping a bag off to these big time athletes.
Yeah,
they're dropping a bag off to them under the table.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Georgia, I know they're definitely dropping bags off too. Just they're doing it in a good way. I think it's the boosters like really doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the boosters, you know, these are $1 million guys.
Come on the yacht for a weekend. Yeah.
Oh, you found a bag of money? I don't know. Keep it. Like
finders keepers.
Finders keepers. Like, all right, cool.
Wasn't mine.
You can give this all this type of money to like these poor kids. You know, grow up. You know, not in the best situation. So like, of course they're gonna take it just to provide for their family. Like you said, if they have little kids, you know what I mean. At 18 years old, like, of course I'm gonna take this bag. You know what I mean? So
I mean, kids is one thing, but what about like single mom at home?
Single mom at home.
They got a little brother, little sister. Like,
man,
sometimes you got to make business decisions.
You do. Like, okay, a free scholarship. I mean, I appreciate that, but
they're over here giving me 5 G's. Like,
this is life.
Yeah,
$5,000 is going. Yeah, that's going.
Yeah, and I mean, especially like situations like, I know this is like, people have talked about this a lot, but situations where like Zion comes around and the Duke basketball tickets are like $500, $600,
right? But
the players don't see any of that.
That's what's messed up.
You know,
like I heard like one of his games, like they were charging like $300,000 like for the front row tickets. Like when Bron and them was coming to the game, like when the big like stars come to the game, I was like, this is for a college game, bro, and they're not seeing a lick of it. Like,
no.
I mean.
And that's why it makes sense that they would pay the athletes to come there. Because, like, okay, you're going to make us $100 more per ticket. Man, it's worth it.
The NCAA is $1 billion industry, man.
And every employee's free.
Free.
You know?
Kind of sound like pimping to me. No,
hey, I mean, people have brought that up before.
They kind of like pimping these athletes, man. It's like
college sports is kind of like modern day slavery. I mean, people have made that point before. Yes. You know,
there's a lot of comparison. Free labor. Like, what? Man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation, but I just think, you know, you take, like, for example, I'm a Michigan State fan, but Tom Izzo, the head basketball coach, gets paid like $7 million a season. Yeah. And the way I always see it is like, you know, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yes,
does he deserve $7 million? Of course. Oh, yeah. But you could take one of those million and disperse it between the 12 athletes on the roster. And all of a sudden, everybody's making a good wage.
They're sitting real good.
You know?
They're sitting real good. Yeah.
And it makes sense because they're worth $1 million a season.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Easily.
And then, I don't know. It's just, I get frustrated about that.
Because, I mean, you got these high-profile coaches, you know, getting paid all these tens of millions, and then the player's not getting nothing. Yeah. I think the coach should disperse some of his money.
Yeah. I mean, they probably do. right? Like what we just talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Like,
they probably do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of good, especially with college basketball, with the D League, and that's an option now.
Yeah.
Like you can go right from high school to the D League.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's how it should be, and I think that'll make it more of an option.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's going to kind of force the hand of the NCAA to make these players like, okay, they skip them right over us. We're not going to make no money. Yeah. Let's give them some money to come to NCAA, come to college. You know what I mean? Just so make it worth their while.
Don't mess the money up.
Yeah. They don't really care about these kids. They don't care about that dollar and that bottom line, man. Bro. They only care about the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do the coaches care about the players? Of course.
Yeah, I think the coaches do for sure. Yeah, I'm talking about
you go 2-3 levels up.
Yeah.
They're just you're gone in 4 years anyway. I don't really. Why would I care?
Not even 4 years.
Yeah,
not even.
You're gone in 3 months.
3 months.
I don't care about you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so do you feel like the NBA is gonna happen?
I do. Like I think it's the safest. The safest league, because they said like they tested 346 players and none of them got
zero positive.
Zero positive. I'm like, that's good. And then you're in this bubble, so everybody's inside the bubble, like testing. They're good. Mm-hmm. Why not? Yeah. So I think the NBA is going to be successful. I actually saw that hockey was doing pretty good too.
Are they running right now?
I think they're about to start. Huh. They said they tested like 800 and something players, and only 2 tested positive. I mean, 2. I mean, that's bad, but I mean that's a great ratio. I'm still, like out of 800 something, like that's crazy. So
interesting. I didn't know that hockey was working on it.
Yeah, hockey's working on it right now too, man. So and hockey is, I mean, kind of like football. Yeah. I mean, you close contact. You know what I mean, and
a lot of checks.
And you know what I mean, and you got to travel state to state. So that's gonna be the big thing, is the traveling part, I think. Yeah. Like, are you going to travel and then quarantine for 14 days? You're going to like play a game and then take 2 weeks off and play another game? Like, nah, they ain't going to do that.
I mean, I think the good thing that the NBA is in is the fact that the season was almost done. Yeah. So it's only going to be like 2 months. You're not going to do a whole NHL season in a bubble.
That's true.
That's 8 months. Yeah. I mean, 6 months probably. Like no one's got time for that.
No, nobody got time for that. I like hockey. Like, I like the playoffs in hockey. Okay. It's so intense. You know what I mean? They got like a lot to play for, you know what I mean? Because these guys get it in. They get it in. Yeah.
I've watched it before. Like it's kind of how I view baseball. Like I probably want to watch it on the TV, but if I go to a game, I'll be like into it.
Oh yeah, the games be lit. Yeah. I've been to a couple hockey games, man. They be lit. Like I went to more college hockey games than professional. Yeah. But I mean, I went to the Wings once, but the Wings weren't good when I went, so it wasn't that fun. But Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my thing about the NBA is like, when month 2 comes along and these dudes are starting to get lonely, are they going to be bringing people in? Yeah, I actually heard, dude, I saw something on Twitter the other day about this girl was like, yeah, man, I got hit up by such and such player about flying me out to the bubble. I'm like, no, like, why are you dry snitching on these players?
That was like 3 days after the bubble opened too.
Like,
what? Man, y'all just got there.
Y'all just got there breaking rules already, like. Flying girls out, like, what? Come on, man.
No, I mean, that's my concern is like, we're going to make it to month 2 and everyone's going to be like, I'm lonely now.
These guys, they used to, having whatever they want at their doorstep. And
facts.
And like,
we'll see.
I hope they don't jeopardize the season just for a little bit of fun. You know what I mean?
Priorities, protect the ball, man.
You got to protect the season, man.
Yeah, we'll see. That's honestly my only concern. Like, I think everything else is fine. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I'm excited for it to be back. Makes me feel like the world's getting back to normal a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. And I do think, in terms of like all the conversations that have been happening lately, I think it's good for the NBA to be back because the commissioner, Adam Silver, is so like, he's so open to having dialogue about tough things.
He's involved with all that too. He's involved with all the social injustice and everything. He sees what's going on. He's like speaking about it, which that's why I like him the most. Like, you know what I mean? Because out of all the sports commissioner, he's about it. You know what I mean? Other commissioners, I feel like they're saying something only because they have to. You know what I mean? Which, like, I don't know. I can get a vibe when somebody's like being forced to do something or kind of being fake about it. Yeah. So. Yeah. But I feel like he's been genuine about it.
The fact that like he'll talk about it for one, and then for two, like give players the options to talk about it, and he's not going to fine you for it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's
like,
like
David Stern before. I remember when like AI and everybody had to start wearing suits because they had like a dress code because they were dressing too. I don't know. I mean, back then everyone was wearing baggy clothes.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't a good look. I mean, at the time it was.
At the time, I mean, we thought it was the hottest thing. You know what I'm saying? We wanted the baggy jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I think the fact that Adam Silver is just kind of like, all right, you guys can talk about what you want to talk about, and you know, the fact that they're giving them the option to put messages on the back of the jerseys, like.
I like that. I like that. I like that he doesn't like try to control them like other commissioners. Like, you can do this, you can't do that, and like. I mean, come on, man. At the end of the day, we're humans. Like, they're human beings. Like, they have feelings too. Like, I think a lot of people
and everything.
I think a lot of people think just because these guys are superstar athletes, they don't have feelings. Like, they're still connected to the world just like we are. You know what I mean? So that's why kudos to Adam Silver for doing that. Though. Yeah, for real. Kudos to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think social media has a lot to do with it because, like, I think it's almost like a perfect storm because, you know, Adam Silver comes around and then. Obviously, social media is doing its thing, and then you have people like LeBron and KD who are really outspoken.
Yes.
So it's like a perfect storm because they're in a situation where they can be outspoken.
And it's the face of the league. Like, they are the face of the league, and like,
what are you gonna do?
You're not gonna do anything to LeBron and KD. Like, if you say you're suspending, like, you know how much uproar you're gonna cause just by saying anything to LeBron or KD. Yeah. Like, you're.
I mean, it's like everything that they do is televised.
Exactly.
You know, everything they don't do is televised.
Right. Like, go get some ice cream. Oh, LeBron got ice cream. Like.
He's not taking training serious.
Do I need to know that? Like,
yeah.
ESPN be killing me with these random like sports updates. Like, LeBron just hit a 3-pointer in practice. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. Like, I like LeBron as my guy, but I don't need to know that.
Shit, I could do that too.
I got a court ready.
I hit a 3 last week. What are you talking about? It wasn't in a game, but I did it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, on that note, I think, you know, naturally, in the world we live in, conversations die down kind of fast. Yeah. And so, you know, I guess it was probably 2 months ago now that all the protests and everything were. Was it like 2 months? It's been a while.
It seems like it's been a while. I think I want to say it's about 2 months now.
Yeah, so 2 months ago, like, all the protests were going on.
When they were at their peaks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And now, I mean, like I said, naturally the conversation kind of switches.
Right.
So I think it's good that the NBA is coming back because now we can refocus.
Exactly.
You know, and you got players like Tobias Harris making sure like his agenda's pushed.
That's what I like about the NBA. They're not like letting things die down. Like, because I can see it myself. Like, even like on all social media, you know, you have people reposting saying let's just fight for this, fight for that, you know, and then it just died down. Like, it's not right. The fight is still going on. You know what I'm saying? We still need to see change, you know, especially with the Breonna Taylor. That whole case, that is just really mind blowing to me. Yeah. Because, like, how do you have it on film? You have these murders on film, and you're not arresting these cops? Like, I just don't.
Was
get
the
that.
Breonna Taylor one caught on film? Because I thought originally
they had the
the body cam
and like the audio, and I'm just like, and you can hear them like saying like, what are you doing here? Like, they chilling at their crib, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, what am I doing here?
Like, and then somebody, I think I saw something on social media where they released how it was like they planned to go in that house. Like, they had a no knock, like, and they didn't have no warrant to go in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They targeted that house.
Do you know, like, in what way they targeted it? Like, just talked about it prior?
They said something about, like, they said they had drugs. They was, like, trafficking drugs or whatnot. I'm like, but, like, if you do your research on Breonna Taylor, you know she was, like, a nurse. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it wouldn't really make sense.
It really wouldn't make sense. But I think they targeted it, and I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Like, especially, like I said, you get everything on film. Like, the George Floyd. Like, you got this man getting killed on camera. How do you not arrest him? You got the proof right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know you got to go through all these steps in the process, but I mean, like, if any other regular person committed a crime on film, they're done. You know what I mean? So,
but it's a different variable when the people who are allowed to do it.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. I think they need to change that. Like, man, like, even if you're a cop, if you murder somebody without cause, like, if they're not shooting back at you or trying to take your life,
I mean, that's the tough thing about the Breonna Taylor situation is, you know, with George Floyd, the whole thing was documented. Yeah, like, we watched it. Yeah. You know, and it's one of those I think the reason why it sparked so much outrage was because there was no counter argument. You know, there was no, he was resisting. Like, there was none of that. Yeah. But I think with Breonna Taylor, at least to my knowledge, like, a full video hasn't come out. Right. So it's all he said, she said in a way. Yeah. So it's like, it's harder to, you know, justify. Because that's the biggest thing is until we see video proof, it's always the cop always gets the benefit.
Oh yeah,
of
they're
the
always
doubt.
going to get the benefit of the doubt for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And so like, I mean, one of the conversations I've seen is like, well, Breonna's boyfriend or partner or whatever shot at the cops,
right?
And that's why they got gunned down.
Yep.
And you know, I think about it logically. Like, no matter who breaks into your house, if it's the middle of the night and someone breaks into your house, you're probably gonna grab. If you have a gun, you're probably gonna grab it.
I heard his gun was registered too. Like,
oh, really?
It was registered and everything. Like, so it wasn't like you carrying an illegal firearm. Like,
yeah. Like, I understand that it's the police and assuming that they announce themselves, but you got to understand, like, it's late at night. Like, to assume that someone's going to behave 100% in their right mind when someone breaks into their home.
Yeah, like, you go into, like, it's the fight or flight thing, you know what I mean? Like, you're frightened, like, they just broke into your house.
And your girl's there, so
and your girl's
already
there.
In protect mode.
I also heard that they weren't in uniform.
Really?
I heard they weren't in uniform.
Damn.
So, like, I mean, like, this is, like you said,
that's a little bit harder.
Like you said, it's hearsay.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm hearing a lot more of that. I'm just like,
yeah.
What?
That's the tough thing about situations like this, is because the minute you say that, like, they weren't in uniform, then if it comes out that they weren't, then they're just going to discount every sort of argument.
Exactly.
You know, that's the tough thing about situations like this. It's like, if you slip up, that's what they're going to focus on, is a slip up.
Exactly.
You know, and then we're never going to get justice for Breonna Taylor. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, a big thing that I feel like should just be public is police body cams in general.
Have them on 24/7 whenever you're on duty.
Have them all uploaded, like a public record.
Yeah,
you know,
just have them uploaded. Like, I think it should be like an outside like contractor making sure everything get uploaded. Because like if you do something and like you cool with your captain, like he's gonna try to do anything to like protect you or anything. Like you know what I mean? I think somebody like above your captain or you know what I'm saying,
third party
should come in and like do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's stuff like that that's kind of like dividing our country. I feel like right now, like it's.
Yeah, I think the George Floyd thing unified us because, like I said, there wasn't any counter argument.
Right.
But now, like when conversations about like police reform are coming up, that's when we get divided.
Yes.
Because it's hard to be naturally it's hard to be on the same page about that kind of thing.
My thing is, man,
you know,
all I want is just social equality. You know what I mean? All I'm all is about equality and social justice. Like that's all it should come down to. Like if you commit a crime, do the time. You know what I mean? Like that should be like,
whether
that's
you got a badge
be.
or not.
Badge or no badge. Yeah. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
But of course it's, you know, some things are more complicated than others, but
yeah. I mean, it's almost one of those things that like we shouldn't even have to talk about.
Yes.
You know, and
totally
I think it comes down to obviously we're younger, so we didn't grow up with as much racial oppression as like people above us did, and so I mean, I think maybe they're just desensitized to it, so they don't notice that it's a problem. Yeah, well, I'm not sure.
What I'm thinking is like you said, the older people, like they want to keep things the same. Like you got, you know, minorities asking for equal rights, and they in their mind is like, why are you getting mad about equal rights? Like you shouldn't get mad about equal rights. It's not like we're trying to take more rights away from you.
Yeah,
you know
it's not pulling from here.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying.
Pushing everybody
like,
up to the same level.
It's kind of like the whole All Lives Matter thing and the Black Lives Matter. Like that's what's really like, it's like hard for me to like understand their point of view. Yeah. Like all lives do matter, but Black lives are going through something tougher than all lives. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're getting Black lives gunned down on camera and still stuff not being done. I'm not saying like white people don't get gunned down on camera because they do all the time, but I think the ratio and the rate that blacks are being gunned down is higher than you know others.
Yeah, and I mean there's like there's two very popular counter arguments to that, right? Yeah. Like the one is, well, black people are killing each other. Right. Is it true? Of course it is. But like no one's coming out and saying that's a good thing. Exactly. Right? Yeah, like we're not saying, hey, police need to stop killing black people, but we're cool with killing each other. Yeah, exactly. Like no. Right, no one's saying that. Exactly. Like yeah, it's a problem. You know,
it's a problem either way.
Yeah, and the other counter argument is like, well, white people are getting shot down by police too. It's like, and you're cool with that? Right. You know, that's always my thing. I'm like,
you shouldn't be cool either way.
Yeah. Why are you cool with that? Murder, like, it's okay to kill black people because you're killing white people. Nah, how about we just don't be shooting people?
I thought I saw a quote that said that too. Like, I think the president said like, well, white people are getting gunned down too. Like, it's okay. Like, no, white people getting gunned down is bad as well. Like,
shouldn't that make you want to do something more?
Exactly. Like, come on now. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think a lot of people really don't do a whole lot of thinking about it. Yeah. You know, I think people here like, I honestly want to say a lot of it comes down to guilt.
Yeah.
Like when a white person hears Black Lives Matter, I think they might feel a little bit of guilt because they might feel responsible or maybe like subconsciously responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that comes down to like why they feel like they need to like disprove it or like fight against
like
it.
Like combat it and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. When it really like Black Lives Matter. Is that true? Yeah. So what do you have to say about it? Like why is there anything negative to say about that?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like the all lives matter thing. I know people have talked about this a lot, but like if you believe all lives matter, then you shouldn't have a problem with someone saying Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
You know?
That's my whole thing. Like, you should be fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, you should be fine with it.
Like, I think one example I hear a lot is saying all lives matter is like you go to a doctor's office with a broken leg and they do surgery on every part of your body because your leg's broken.
Right.
Right. But that's not what you should do.
Exactly.
Like, we know that white lives matter.
Right.
Like, that's case in point. Like that's evident.
Yeah.
Right. But we don't know that Black lives matter because we're not getting treated, or they're not getting treated that way.
Exactly.
So, like, you know, you have to do surgery on the broken area. You don't do surgery on the whole body.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think the metaphor that really hit home to a lot of people is like they said, if you're in a neighborhood with the houses and like this one house is on fire and the fire truck comes in and starts like watering, like putting the fire on this one, and they're like, well, why aren't you watering down the other houses? Well, because the other houses aren't on fire. Yeah. This one house is on fire, so we got to focus on getting this house. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes down to like people need to say it in order to know that they're wrong. Yeah. You know, I think one thing in this country that we deal with, not in this country, I think it's the world.
The world period. Yeah, the world period.
Is like, you're not allowed to be wrong. You know, which is an interesting thing. I mean, we can get to it, but like Nick Cannon's going through this right now. It's I think as people, you have to let each other mess up. Like, you have to let someone say all lives matter so that you can explain why that's not the right approach.
Exactly.
You know, but we're too quick to like, why would you say that? Like, you're canceled.
People are like afraid to be wrong, like in today's world. Like, and when you're afraid to be wrong, you can't learn that way. You know what I mean? You have to be able to, take your L's and learn from them in order to get better. Like, that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
That's like, for me, that's how I learn. Exactly. It's like I think out loud. You know, that's why I like doing a podcast. Because I can say something and then the other person can like check me on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we have to be able to have that discussion, But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's honestly one of those things that, I guess for some people, this is like the first year that they've had these conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and you can tell too, and it shows. It shows for sure.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird thing. I don't know. It feels like something we shouldn't have to talk about.
Exactly.
But we have to talk about it.
I think the younger generation, like we're realizing the mistakes and everything like the older generations have made. So we're trying to, fix that, and so moving forward that we won't have these issues, which I love about our younger generation. But it's some of the older generation that just stuck in their ways. You know how old people are. Yeah. They
can't change history.
Can't change. Yeah, we can, but we can change the future though.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I always hear people say that, like, oh, people are redoing history, or like, especially because a lot of research has been coming out about like how America was founded. Like, yeah. We were told that we gave them some blankets, and all of a sudden the Indians wanted to move away.
Like what? Come on.
That's how it happened.
Come on now.
So, but
don't lie to my face like that. Like.
when you tell someone that, like, they say, "Oh, you're rewriting history," and so that. Like, nah, like, we're just getting smarter.
Exactly.
Figuring stuff out.
And that's what I love about the new generation.
Yeah, I think for as many flaws as social media has, that's the one thing that I can say is like, you can be a white kid in the suburb, and through social media you can learn about the life that someone else has in a different neighborhood.
And then it exposes a lot too. Social media exposes a lot, and that's what I love, about everybody having smartphones and camera phones, all that, so they can record everything, anything going. You're gonna get put on blast.
Yeah, it used to just be world star fights.
Exactly.
But now we're catching the police.
now we got you.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're in a good place. I hope. I hope one day we just don't have to talk about this anymore.
Me too, man. Me too. Like,
it's seriously, one of those things that has like when it's understood, it doesn't have to be explained.
Exactly. That's one of my favorite quotes. That's one of my favorite quotes. I say it all the time. Like, you just trying to sound cool. Nah, it's real, man. Like,
it's real.
It's
like,
real.
If we all understand that everyone's equal, then we don't have to talk about it.
Exactly. I'm with you on that.
The fact that we have to talk about it says a lot by itself. You know. But I mean, we kind of alluded to it, but the whole thing that Cannon's going through is kind of like, it's interesting because a lot of the conversation has been like about black inequality and things like that. And so for those that don't know, Nick Cannon, I think it was an interview or a podcast. He was on some show.
I think it was a podcast. It was some type of show, yeah. Yeah,
and he came out and just made some offensive comments toward the Jewish community. Yeah. And, you know, he's kind of like dealing with the repercussions of that. But I think what we talked about earlier is like, you know, he's actually being allowed to mess up. Like, his apology was just, he came out and was like, yo, I just didn't know. Like, I apologize for being ignorant. I've learned a lot over the past few days. That's how it should be.
And that's how, we were just talking about that. Like, you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. Like,
fail forward.
Fail forward. Exactly. Fail forward. And that's what he's doing. And unfortunately, you know, he's paying the consequences for what he said. And now his show got removed. So,
yes. Wild 'N Out got not canceled, but like, kicked off
Viacom. Viacom. It was Viacom.
So I looked it up. I know we were talking about this yesterday, but Viacom owns MTV.
Yeah. Yep.
So I thought it said Viacom CBS, and I was confused. I was like, wait, Wild 'N Out is not on CBS.
Exactly.
That shit would be crazy if it was. But okay, so MTV is owned by Viacom. So I mean, you know, first of all, shout out to Nick Cannon for kind of like owning up to his mistake.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's big of him to do that.
Even for me, like, the comment, so basically he just kind of made comments about how stereotypically the Jewish people own a lot of the banking system, which isn't actually necessarily true. No. But I mean, there is some banking systems that are Jewish owned, but I mean, there's businesses that are Jewish owned, there's businesses that are black owned. Anyway, so he just made a couple comments, and he, you know, has had to learn from it. So I want to give him props for like owning up to it, apologizing to it, not running from it.
Love that about him. Love that. You know.
But now it's like, what do you do with Wild 'N Out? You know, it's one of the hottest shows on MTV too.
Like, I saw on, I think it was Instagram, that Diddy was like, you know, we're gonna get you together and like get him on like a black TV, like a black TV channel, like Revolt, or like hopefully BET can like pick it up or something, because that show, it's a banger. It's big, yo. It's a banger. Like,
it's been around for years.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good show. Like, so I think someone will eventually pick it up. You know, they wanna, you know, probably gonna let the steam die down on this a little bit, but I think someone will definitely pick his show up for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, if anything else, he'll do it himself.
Exactly.
Go on
his own
YouTube
network
or whatever.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that yesterday, like Facebook Live or something like that,
you
or
put it on Facebook, like the Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
Shout out Jada.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
just an entanglement. You know,
just an entanglement of
problems.
problems.
Did you watch the video?
Well, but Jada?
Yeah, the Jada and Will talk?
Oh my God, yeah, he looked so hurt. And he tried to stay so positive, but you can see it in his eyes like he was hurt.
It
was...
I mean, we could talk about it. For those that don't know, I mean, we actually talked about it. Me and Vince did the last time, so I think everyone is kind of caught up. But Jada and Will went to the Red Table Talk, which is Jada's show over on Facebook, and talked about the situation, or the entanglement, she called it.
I love how she tried to put like such a professional sounding word, sophisticated word on I cheated. Like, you cheated. Just say it. Like,
well, I mean, it sounded like she didn't cheat. It's like a tough situation.
Yeah, because they were on a break or something like that. But I mean, when you're married, you don't go on breaks. Like, that's how like you can. I mean, I know stuff happens, but
it just they didn't like allude to why they were on a break or whatever. Which, but I was kind of bummed out for two reasons. One, you know, Jada has built this platform of like, you come to the Red Table Talk and we're gonna be honest and open. And I mean, obviously they addressed it, right? But it did seem like she was dancing around it.
Yeah, she didn't go in depth into it. You know,
yeah, like, why did you become friends with August?
Exactly.
You know, and I'm not even someone who's here for the tea very often.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
I don't really care about that. It's bigger issues going on in the world. But like, if you're going to address something, address it all the way.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was like, you know, I want to know, like, why was he even close to you like that? Like, how'd you guys become friends? Like, you know,
I read something online where they said like he was like going through something and emotionally going through something, and she was there to get him through it, but that she got him through something, but it wasn't his problems.
He got through it.
Yeah, he definitely got through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Like it's hard for me to talk about because I shouldn't care,
right?
Because it has nothing to do with me,
right?
But like, man, like you make it's public now, and you decided to address it. So I feel like
it's one of the bigger stories like right now. So
I mean, there really isn't much to say besides like shout out to Will for like calling her out on the whole entanglement thing. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
he was like, "What's an entanglement?
Yeah,
you had a relationship."
Yeah. He kind of like was. I feel like he was trying to like hold in a lot of what he wanted to say, just as like
let her speak,
be mature, let her speak. But I feel like he wanted to say a lot more than what he did. Like you could just see it on his face, especially all the memes going on around like his eyes.
Bro, he look
so hurt.
Man, he looked like he was going through it, man.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that, man.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that also is really tough to comment on because that whole family is in a different universe than us.
Yes.
Like two superstars come together. Their kids don't live the same life that we do. They have like a different perspective.
Obviously.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why it's hard to comment on for me. I just think it's funny.
Oh yeah, it's very entertaining.
It's funny to me.
Sure, it's definitely like you definitely gotta. When I saw the whole interview, I just started laughing. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So professional.
Yeah.
And you could tell. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a lot of moments where there was like cuts. So I want to know how long that they talked and what got cut out. Why'd you feel like you had to cut it out?
Yeah.
I want to see the extended edition.
I want to see the unedited.
The director's cut.
I need the raw.
I need the raw. Yeah. Man. Yeah. It's a funny situation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's life. Like you said, like they're going through something totally different that we could never understand because they live in a whole different world than us. Like. You don't know what's going on in Hollywood. Like, Hollywood is a crazy world. It's a crazy universe, man. Like,
especially the world that, like, Will Smith is in. Like he's past Hollywood. Like, I'm sure Will Smith can get in any room that he wants. Yeah. Because he's that valuable.
Yeah.
And it's like, they just have, like, an altered perspective. So it honestly would make sense that they would have an open relationship. Although they didn't comment on that. But that's been, like, a rumor forever.
Yeah, that's been going on forever that they've been having an ongoing open relationship.
Yeah.
Because I've seen these... photos surface of him with like all these type of girls like Charlize Theron, Cameron Diaz, him kissing Angelina Jolie. I said,
for real,
Will was getting it in,
man. I mean, shit, Jada got Tupac, so everything's fair game at that point.
Yeah, you can't match up to Pac, man.
At that point, it's a competition. At that point,
it is, and Will was taking down some A-listers.
He's taking out the All-Stars team.
The All-Star team, man. Like, what? Angelina? Oh, man, you can't beat that. Like,
yeah.
He was doing his thing, man.
See August dropped a song called Entanglements?
Well, Rick Ross. Oh, my goodness. But that's kind of smart on his behalf, though, to like take advantage of what's going on.
Might as well run with it.
It's already out there.
Yeah.
And, I mean...
Yeah, I started dying. It's hard for me to take the song serious.
I can't.
Because the first line is, an entanglement is when you're tangling the sheets. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, that's the hook?
Yeah. I thought he was like going to get like, come in with some serious, serious content like right away. Yeah. He went right to the joke route. Like, everybody else making a joke about me, so why not?
Yeah. I almost wish that he was at the table. I think that would have made it interesting.
Man, that would have been crazy.
Like...
If he was at the table, like, Will probably been staring at him the whole time like this. Like, you did that to my wife?
Should have let you on them drugs, bro. You should have never saved your ass.
That's what to be.
Yeah. Man, what else? On the music tip, I know we kind of, like, talked about this yesterday, but Future's Dirty Sprite 2 turned 5 this week. Which is crazy, and man, I'm gonna pull up the track list real quick.
Dude, I was listening to the little bit of songs last night. On my way over here, I was listening to like Stick Talk and Rich Sex and some commas. You know what I'm saying?
What else we got on here? Colossal, bro. This beat, like, this is when Metro was in a different bag. Doing shit like this. Like, oh my god, something about Future over like a trap piano or like a flute. That shit just hits
his beats are just, and then they just get you hype.
Yeah.
To get you hype, man.
Yeah. This was the album for sure that like exploded Future.
Real Sisters.
Bro. Oh my God.
Real Sisters? Come on,
bro,
man.
This is how I learned how to be disrespectful. It's this album right here, bro. I swear to God.
They gave you the game plan, gave you the handbook.
Man. And then I think this was probably like, well, no, I mean, there's been a lot of collabs, but the Where You At with Drake.
Oh, man.
That like kind of spawned the collab album,
yes.
which kind of like skyrocketed and did its thing.
Aren't they going to come out with another?
It's been like rumored for a long time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you never know, man. They need to get it together because I'm here for it.
I mean, they did that song earlier this year or like late last year. Life is Good.
Oh, Life is
Good. Which had
the
2 different cuts on it.
Yeah.
That shit was hot.
What you think about that song? Like, who went harder on that?
For me, it was Future personally.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, like Drake snapped. It's hard to say because like both verses are fire.
Yeah.
You know, and like both beats are fire.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing I would have wanted was like they came back in on the other beat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like you should have both gone in on the same beat. You know.
But Future came in with that second beat, bro. Man.
$100,000 for the cheapest ring on a little bitch.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
Because I listen to that song, I be vibing, you know what I'm saying? Then Future come up, like, let's go, like, let's get it. Like,
it's a different vibe too, and I like that they played into that.
Yeah.
You know. I think
they do that quite often, though. Now I think about it, though, they do that quite often, like switch up the beats and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that is always good collabs. I think Future and Future's dropping a collab with someone this weekend. I think it may be like Lil Uzi or something like that.
Oh, because I saw the Pluto and Baby Pluto. I think it is Uzi.
Is it Uzi?
Yeah, it is Uzi. Yep.
Yeah, there's some collab coming.
I didn't even know he was Baby Pluto now. Like I know
that's Lil Uzi.
Yeah, I mean, like I know Future is Pluto. You know what I mean? But
it's been a while since I checked for Lil Uzi. To be honest with you,
I wasn't a hugest fan of him. Like he grew on me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, he has one album. It's been so long. I don't know. Like, I think it was his debut album that was like really messing with heavy. I think it's Love Is Rage is the name of it. It was like 2015.
Yeah. And
that was like when I found him, and I was like in love with him.
Yeah.
Pause. In love with his music. In love with his music.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, my fault. Man, you get to doing that shoulder lean.
That shoulder, he be getting that shoulder, bro. That's the funniest, like one of the memes you do that little shoulder. Yeah.
That shit's funny. Yeah.
Man. He got it. Who else dropping something new though? I heard Cole dropping something.
Yeah, that's today.
Is it today?
Today at 10.
At 10?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm
always ready for new Cole.
Cole, man, he one of the realest, man. He definitely one of the realest artists. Talk about, that real, you know what I mean? I think he's underrated though.
You think so?
I think so.
I think he's A-list.
I mean, no, he's
or like top tier or whatever. I think people
he's top tier, but I feel like he's underrated just because like he doesn't make a lot of like, which I'm fine with, like banger, like club bangers and radio bangers. I mean, he got a lot of radio songs, but like as far as those songs,
but he doesn't. It's not like he's trying to get on the radio.
Exactly, and that's what I like. He stick to his guns. He, he is who he is. He know what his craft is. Like, you talk about the real, and I mean, Cole, one of the best lyricists out.
Yeah, I'll say like my opinion on Cole is like it's always been his storytelling for me.
Yeah,
he's not like Fab, like he's not a punchline rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
But he'll put me in his shoes and walk me through something.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think that's why I liked 2014 Forest Hills Drive so much.
Man,
it's like like I didn't grow up in Carolina like he did, but he put me in his shoes.
Right, like he let you know what he's going through and made you feel like you were watching a movie.
Yeah, I felt like I was growing up with him.
Yeah,
like he walked me through it.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Right,
that's why he one of the best, man. Like his content is unmatched, man.
Yeah.
Definitely that's definitely one album you can play without skips.
Oh yeah.
Dirty Sprite 2 is definitely one of them too.
Bro, I've been realizing that over the past few days. Like, I forgot about this album, bro.
No skips.
Do you hear Logic is retiring?
Did
you hear this?
No.
So
when did this come out? Like
he's been falling out for a while. I don't know. Do you listen to him like that?
I do. I actually like Logic.
For real?
Yeah. Like randomly.
Damn.
Like randomly.
Okay. So
I randomly like Logic though.
His mixtapes, like I think the Welcome to Forever mixtapes and Young Sinatra joints, like those are some of my favorite mixtapes. But for me, I mean, his debut album was nice, but I don't like anything else.
Right.
It's been a long time since I liked Logic.
So did he get into why he's going to retire, or?
So he just had a kid.
Okay.
And I guess, I mean, his statement was that he just wants to focus on being a father.
That's understandable.
Which, cool. I think it's, I mean, I don't believe any rapper when they say they're retiring.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can always come back.
You can always come back. You can always drop an album like randomly.
So I believe it's a break. Yeah. But like for me, because I don't I don't like Logic.
Chill on my man. Bro.
I gotta be honest, bro. I don't like his music anymore. So for me, it's a good thing that he's retiring. You know, I'm gonna check for this album. It comes out.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, bro. No bullshit. It's good.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey, man, it's good.
Yeah, all right.
So he's got the album coming out Friday. I'm gonna check for it. I'm not gonna lie. If it's whack,
dude, you're gonna be so like judgy on him, bro.
Oh hell yeah!
It's gonna be the first 30 seconds. If you ain't rocking with it, you go kill him, bro.
Just whack shit out my ears. No, I mean, so like it's gotten so bad for me with Logic that I haven't even listened to his past 3 projects. Wow. Yeah, like that's how bad it's gotten. So, you know, you're doing this whole retirement press run. So I'm gonna check for the album. Right. You know, this is your last shot to go out with a bang.
Last shot to impress you.
Yeah.
You're the end all be all, bro.
Yeah, I'm the judge. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's funny because he got a 7-figure offer from Twitch to be like a full-time streamer.
Really?
Like stream games and shit. Oh. So I don't know if he knew that before saying that he was gonna retire, but
I mean, I don't blame him for that. I mean, like if you got a different, avenue of money, like money stream coming in, then yeah.
Yeah, and if you got a kid, 7 figures guaranteed, like it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, the rap game ain't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Like.
Yeah, especially now when you can't tour. There's no. I mean, it's gonna be a while before concerts happen again.
And
you know,
if you pop and like you make so much money off tours, it's crazy.
That's the primary.
Touring is how they get their money.
Yeah,
like, touring is how they get their money, man.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing none of that. Like you
That's
gotta drop fire
like,
every time now. You have to drop fire.
Yeah, because you're talking about like the only way you're making money right now is album sales. But no one buys albums anymore.
No.
So you're not making any money straight up.
Nope.
You know, and I think that's why like Drake announced he was dropping an album earlier this summer. And he was supposed to come this summer. I mean, obviously, the summer's still going.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could see him pushing it off. Because if you can't tour the album, why drop it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Tough situation. But, I mean, talking about music that's coming out, Kanye's got an album coming out Friday. I knew this shit was going to happen, bro. This happens every time. And we fall for it every time.
It's a publicity stunt.
Every
like
fucking time.
Oh man, he's different. He's different. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna give him a chance and see what it's like, but
I don't know if I'm gonna listen to it.
My thing is like I'm on vacation right now, so I have nothing to do. So I'll just
might as well.
I mean, if I was like during like working and stuff, I'm not listening to this, but I'm just gonna be sitting at the crib. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm already like not liking his vibe right now. So
bro, so yeah, I mean, we might as well like talk about the situation. So obviously, people know that he's running for president. Allegedly, I mean, there's no like, I mean, some states have already come out and said they're not even going to put him on the ballot.
Yep.
So he's not really running.
Yeah, I heard he's running. Then I heard he withdrew, and
yeah, he's going through some shit basically.
Oh my god, did you see his Twitter?
Yes, I was about to. I have a bunch of tweets.
Bro, pull up them tweets.
Bro,
oh my god,
he's been tweeting like crazy, but also
his tweets have been like one tweet will be all over the place.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he's something's really wrong with him. Like he got some mental health issues going on, bro.
But so here's my problem. It's like, I thought that was the case, right? Like, so for those that didn't watch, he had his first
rally.
Yeah. And he had, he did a speech. It was like, I think it was like 15, 20 minutes long. And one of the things like he talked about was like his views on abortion and all that. And he kind of broke down and like started crying because apparently his dad tried to abort him, but his mom saved him. And then either him or Kim wanted to abort North, which is his firstborn now, and they ultimately decided not to. And so he was kind of talking about like his views on abortion, but then he like started to break down and like started crying because he was talking about him and how he was almost
that can be emotional. I mean, I totally understand.
Which I get that,
sure.
right?
I definitely get that.
For me, it's like, okay, I understand why you're breaking down, but like, I don't think you need to be doing that on a public setting, which makes me feel like he's really going through something this time.
Yeah. After reading his tweets, man,
oh my God, bro.
His tweets made me like think like, something's really wrong.
Yeah.
With him.
Yeah.
Like,
let me read through some of these. So last night he went on a tirade. For those that we're recording on the 22nd, so unless he says something crazy over the next few days, this is as updated as we got. Let me find some shit. He called out Drake, obviously.
He said he called out Drake, but then at the same time said he had respect for him. He called out Meek too.
Yeah. I was just about to read that. So
read that.
He said, I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform.
Then he put
just
quotes
dropped
around.
that.
Did he put quotes around Meek
prison
or
reform.
prison reform?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then he tweeted after that, Meek is my man and was respectful. That's my dog. Kim was out of line. I'm worth $5 billion and more than that through Christ. Like
all over the place, right?
All over the place. Like what are you talking about?
You're not.
Bro?
He's not focused on one thing.
Yeah. And then I mean, just basically tweeting about like Kim's mom. He's tweeting about Kim, like, and the fact that he said I've been trying to get divorced ever since Kim, which is weird because like one of the things that he's been tweeting over the past few days is like I still love my wife and all this. Mm-hmm. It's like damn, it's like bro, what is going on with you?
And then he just tweeted like yesterday is like I'm gonna focus on my music now. After all that,
and then he announces an album's coming out Friday, and so it's like. You know, the past, you know, when he went through, okay, I'm making gospel music now.
Yep.
I'm running for president. Like, I was here as like, okay, I'm not falling for this shit, right? Yeah. But then the rally happened and all these tweets happened. I'm like, all right, now I actually feel for you, you know? Like, whereas before I didn't care about you anymore. But now I'm like, okay, like I feel like something's wrong with you.
Something's really going on in his head, man.
And so he's gotten me to the point where I'm like sympathetic for him and empathetic. And then he announces an album's coming out. I'm like, so this was all just some bullshit.
It's a plot.
Yeah.
I saw Kim posted something earlier today.
Really?
Saying that he has, Kanye has bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm. He's been talking about that for a while.
And I'm like, I thought I heard about it like a few years ago, but now she said like they've been going through it like tough, like recently. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, he's been open
makes
about
sense
that.
now.
Yeah, he's been open about that.
It makes sense now.
Yeah. It's just like, man, like, and I feel foolish for falling for it.
Because I don't feel like it's genuine.
Nah, I mean, it's like, how many times is he going to do this before we stop falling for it?
Yes, mental health issues is real. But you can't follow up that with an album.
Yeah,
you know
every time.
Every time.
If you did it, you know, a couple times, whatever. But like, this is, I think, 3 albums in a row now. Like, the gospel joint happened.
Like, I can understand that. Like, you want to make an album to, you know, get your feelings and everything out, but 3 times?
Yeah. And every time it's always like the slavery wasn't a choice. Now he's talking about Harriet Tubman and running. It's like, come on, man. Like, why? I don't know. It's weird because I think Kanye gets a pass because of his past.
Yes. I heard someone said that earlier. They said Kanye always gets a pass for when he goes on these little tirades and everything. Like,
and we fall for it.
We fall for it every time.
And it's like, I thought about coming here. So a few months ago when he started doing the gospel thing, I came on the show and I was like, this seems like a cry for help. And the reason I said that was like, you know, every few months Kanye gets on a new thing and he switches to something. It was gospel. Yeah. Now it's politics. And now it's the fact that his wife is like against him and he, you know, all this stuff. And, you know, it's frustrating for me because like, yo, Kanye is someone that like, at one point in time, I considered he's still one of the greats. Yeah. I'm not going to say he's not.
He's changed a lot, though.
There was a point in time when I truly believed like Kanye was like top 5 all time, top 10 all time.
Yep.
And it's like all this happens and it's like, man, like, you know, if you're going through something on a personal level, like I hope you figure it out.
Take care of it on a personal level.
But it doesn't seem like you are. It seems like you're using it as a way to promote something or to push an agenda.
Like, I agree. Like, you can't tell someone how to go through things, but I feel like if it's that personal, you should handle it in a personal manner. Like, you know what I mean? Handle it within, you know, be with your family.
If you're gonna be open about it, like, you know, be open about the issue.
Be real and genuine about it.
Yeah, like he's not. I
feel like it's a game sometimes. Like it could like in his mind, like he's so all over the place. I can't take him that serious.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and I mean, like if let's say he's actually going through an issue right now, it's like. Then if you choose to be open about it, which is his choice, like focus on that. Like instead he's calling out people and making accusations and saying shit about Harriet Tubman.
You doing all this makes me like not want to even rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to rock with you no more because I don't know if you're serious about it or not. Yeah. Like are you just playing games with everybody? Like
what are you doing?
Like what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. So yeah, I'm at this point where like I don't know. I think I'm gonna listen to the album and I'm gonna try to like listen to it with an open mind. But I swear to God,
the first sign,
bro. If he comes on talking about some nonsense, I don't know.
When is he dropping? When
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
When is Logic dropping?
Friday.
Oh man, you got a lot.
You got a choice.
You got a lot to listen to.
Logic or Ye.
You don't care about either.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out Logic stuff for sure. But Ye is he's a guy. I don't know.
He's going through something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I hope it would seem that he's going through something personal. I hope that he gets the help he needs.
Yep.
And I hope for his sake, someone takes away his fucking Twitter.
He needs to, like, Twitter needs to just like block all his shit. Like he needs to just for like at least
or like he needs to hire someone to filter the tweets through. Like don't silence yourself. Like no, I appreciate the.
He needs somebody
dialogue.
to proofread his stuff.
Yeah,
like proofread his shit. Like
should we be tweeting this Kanye? Like, yeah.
He probably would like override them anyways. He probably got like a lot of yes men in his camp. So
I mean, I think that's how you get in this situation.
All the yes men, no one's being genuine with him. Like
you need an asshole in your camp.
Yeah.
At all times, at least one.
It should be me. I can be that asshole. I can be that asshole. I will tell him straight up.
Yeah, but you need people. Like you need people to check you like that because if you think, I think that's where a lot of this comes from is like a place of. I'm not gonna make accusations, but it would seem like a place of narcissism.
Yes.
Where like, oh, you haven't been told that you're wrong in a long time. And we need to understand that, like, yo, you're gonna be wrong.
You're
like,
gonna be
human.
wrong. Like, he really think like his shit don't stink. Like, yeah, you can be wrong, bro. It can.
It is right now. Like you're putting your family business out there. I don't know. Tough situation.
It is, man. It definitely is. Hopefully, he gets help and
that's another thing where it's like these people are living in a different world than we are.
Exactly. Just like we touched on earlier. Like, definitely, he's definitely living in a different world. Like we can't understand and fathom. Yeah. But like when you come out doing all this crazy stuff, we can only judge you by what you're giving us to see. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? So you come out putting crazy stuff out, we're gonna think you're crazy. Like,
and my thing too is like, Kanye, especially Kim, but Kanye is a person of influence, and especially like when it comes to Kim, like she's a person of influence over the younger generation too.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, man, like the decisions that you make. You have to understand that the kids are watching you.
They're watching your every move.
And they think what you're doing is cool.
They're going to take whatever you do to heart. Like, they think
whatever
that's bond. Your word is bond to these, like, younger kids.
Especially the kids that grow up in areas where they don't have role models. Like, you have to... A lot of these kids, like, they pick an athlete or they pick someone, like, a TV personality. And that's... I rock with them. That's my role model.
Yep.
And Kanye, obviously, will have a lot of those.
You got a lot of followers.
It's like... And especially, like, you're talking about getting into politics. Now you have people really paying attention to what you're saying.
I don't think they need to let any more stars or TV personnel people get into the office.
We'll see.
Like, you got to have background, man. Like,
that's how I feel.
If like I saw this post earlier. They said you're not gonna what was it? They said you're not gonna let a plumber come do like be your electrician. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have the background to do the job.
Yep. Yeah. I think I don't really want to get into the whole politics thing.
No,
but like,
me neither. I don't want to.
I think the reason why Trump was able to kind of get away with that was because he's a businessman. And he's a successful businessman. Right.
But so running the country is different than running a business.
Yeah. But, I mean...
There's a lot of similarities, but
I was going to say, we live in a country where it's kind of operating as a business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when people make business decisions for the country. And, that's all I'll really say on that.
That's literally, like, I think that's real. Like, he's running this country like a business. And
I think that's, a lot of people brought up about how good the economy's doing, whatever.
Yeah.
Prior to the pandemic.
Right.
But it's like, I think.
You need to send me another check, though. That's what I'm saying. I need to send me another check.
Did you get the first one?
Yeah, I got
Trump bucks?
Yeah, I got my Trump bucks. I was like, oh, what the heck is this pending? All right, cool. I'll rock with it.
Oh, free 2G?
Yeah.
You're not so bad after all. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
He trying to buy us.
It worked, bro. I'll tell you that.
They said, I saw a lot of people say, man, I still don't rock with them, but I appreciate good luck on that 1200. You hear me?
Sometimes your ops can help you. Come on, man.
Your ops, man. He is the ops.
He's the ops, bro. Yo, speaking of, we talked about Drake for a little bit. The 2 new Drake joints that came out. Drake and DJ Khaled. Yo, what'd you think? I'll let you go first.
So, what was the first one? Grease?
Grease and Popstar.
Grease and Popstar. So, Grease. So, I'm listening to it. I get like literally 3 minutes through. I'm like, when is Drake gonna come on?
You didn't think it was him?
I didn't think it was him. I did not think it was him. I've been hearing that
from a few people, yeah.
Dude, I'm like, I'm thinking he gonna like, come in and do his little shit at the end, just kill at the end.
Shit, yeah.
I didn't know it was him.
Let me see.
And that's why I was like, so.
It's like I feel like I can tell it's his voice, but it does sound like pitched higher.
It's
what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like something's weird about it.
It's I didn't hear 100% Drake in his voice.
Yeah.
And I literally listened to him like, okay, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Drake, when you coming in, bro? Like,
damn.
That's why I was telling him like I didn't really rock with it that much. But
so
like,
it was a snooze for you, Grease?
See, I'm a huge Drake fan, but like I'm gonna have to be real with myself. Like I didn't really rock with it that. I mean, everybody else did. Of course, anything
That's
Drake drops is gold. But,
platinum.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Bro. I mean, I think especially like when DJ Khaled and him link up, which I've never understood why they always link up. You know, like DJ Khaled, at least from what I've been
he's
told,
like a banger producer though. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like for marketing, right? Like everyone knows who DJ Khaled is.
But do you think Drake needs marketing help?
He can drop a track on his own.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know.
Like he said, I can sell a blank disc and
it's
go
facts,
platinum.
though. It's facts. Like whatever Drake does is heat guaranteed.
Exactly.
You know.
So and then pop star. Yeah, that's
my phone.
Yeah, bro. Like what? I had a little similarities. Like I'm like, I remember doing that. You know what I'm saying? I remember getting this a little bit.
He talking to you?
He talking to me. I'm like, man, you following me around? Like, what's up, bro?
The album gonna be called AC.
Yeah, you know. But I feel like it was more of a him. It was like more of a him and DJ Khaled. Like, okay, that's their type of song. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was Drake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Grease, I'm like, when is he coming in? Like, you know. But yeah, I rock with Popstar more. What about you?
So mine's actually the flip. I don't really mess with Popstar, and just because I feel like it sounded like Drake didn't want to rap on it.
Right.
Like he kind of like, bitch, you calling my phone. I just don't like. I have a hard time when rappers do like a cascade type of flow where the pitch like goes down. Yeah. I've never really been a fan of that. But I mean, you know, the beat's hard and like the hook's hard, but at one point he switches his flow and it just kind of like sounds lazy. Yeah. You know, I didn't like Popstar, but Grease, bro. And I don't know if you know that, but it got leaked like 2 months ago. So I've been bumping. Well, he didn't even leak it. He played it on IGTV or IG Live or whatever. So like I've been listening to the IG Live version, and so all this was like an upgrade, like quality wise. Right. So I was like, oh shit, okay. But I mess with it. I mess with like, I think one of the things. I mean, everyone knows this, but like what Drake does best is his versatility.
He's very versatile.
Any sound, put him on it. Like even he's touching like the drill wave right now, and the shit sounds fly when he's doing it.
Didn't he come out with a new song with is it
Headie One? Is his
Headie
name.
One?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
Bro, that shit is hard.
I like that one.
You like
I like that one.
Oh,
I like his whole flow in that. Like a lot of people was hating on him. I'm like, this is a banger. Like,
have you ever listened to Headie One before?
No. Okay. See, like that's the thing I love about Drake. He's always putting other people on too.
Always.
Like I would never knew who Gigs was unless I listened to Drake, and now I rock with Gigs.
You fuck with Gigs?
I rock with Gigs tough, bro.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
So Headie One's probably like one of the hottest artists in the UK right now, and he does like a drill type of wave.
Really?
Yeah. And so this collab was like, for me, it was crazy because I listen to a lot of UK shit, you know, and so hearing like a big voice in the UK and Drake, and then they're both on like some drill type shit.
I knew if Drake rock with you, you doing something right. So like
you got to be good at something.
You got to be good, exactly. So
there's something special. Did you listen to any of Headie One's music?
No, I'm about to now. Like if Drake rock with you, now I'm gonna have to give you a chance.
I'll send you some shit.
Send me something, bro. Send me like
flames.
I ain't got nothing but time, bro. I ain't got nothing but time.
I guess I mean for the people listening, I'll just like go through real quick. So he's got a song called Both. He dropped the album last year, which is where like a lot of his hits came from.
What's it called?
Music X Road.
Send me all that, bro. I need all that.
All right,
I gotta see what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
So he's got 1800 is a song with Dave, which is one of my favorite artists. Both, Back to Basics, All Day. Basically this whole album, but he's on like some Chicago, New York type of drill wave, but just with like the UK sound, so a little bit more like Caribbean influence and the shit that he's talking about.
I rock with the UK sound, bro. It's starting to grow on me more and more, bro. Just because like it's refreshing to my ears because I'm used to hearing a lot of American music, of course, but that UK music, bro, it's making its way over here tough.
Hell yeah! Tough. I think one thing that they do really well is the production. Like their beats just sound so interesting. Yeah, you know, and so you could just hop on that bitch and say whatever you want. It's gonna sound fly.
Yeah, bro.
Bet.
And of course, their accents is.
Yeah, I think that's the hard thing for people to get over. Like you either can get over it or you can't.
Like I see it as a good thing. Like if I can't imitate no accent like that. Like that shit is gold. Like I love the UK accent, man. I
me
love
too.
The UK accent. Like,
I think that's what it comes down to for most people. Is like if you can get past the accent and just appreciate the music,
exactly.
Then it's like a whole different universe.
A lot of people like they hear the music, but they're not really listening. Like a lot of people listen to beats and go hype off that. Like you gotta understand the words they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because they're talking about some good stuff too. So
yeah, for sure.
I definitely rock with.
Yeah.
Did
you like he went Arabic for a little bit in the verse?
Yeah, bro. They've been killing him on it.
Bro, I knew the second he did that, I was like, oh shit. Twitter's about to cook his ass.
Roasting him, bro. They call him Habibi Drake and shit like that. Like what?
Bro, I saw one that was like Drake got the final Infinity Stone.
Man,
he got the Arabic sound.
Bro,
he got everything now.
Like how he's like rapping in 3 different like dialects and all. Man, this dude, he great, bro. He the go for that, bro.
It's funny.
And like I don't know what he was saying. I had to go to like Google Translate and just like what was Drake saying? Like
no, I checked Twitter like trying to figure out what he was saying, and I saw people who at least claim they speak whatever the fuck I don't even know what language it was. And they just said that he like messed it up, so they don't even know what he said, which is funny.
But it sound hot though.
It sound hot.
See what I'm saying? Drake he can't do no wrong, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I feel like as an artist, if you reach that upper echelon, that upper tier, like Jay-Z, Cole, Kendrick, like all those like superstar artists, it's almost like you can't make a mistake. You know,
that's literally where he's at. Like,
like, I think for Drake it's different because he drops music more often. Yeah. So you know, even if he maybe missed, he's got music coming out in a few weeks, a few months. Whereas like if Kendrick misses,
and his track record is undeniable.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 years of being the best. Like, come on, what are we talking about here?
That's tough. That's on some Hove shit, bro. That's on some Hove shit. Like,
for real.
Hove, like, the last person I know that did that.
Yeah.
Like
most people come in the game, they have 5 years, 3 albums, whatever it is.
Yep.
But to be good and not have any misses for like 10 years is insane.
Crazy. That's unheard of. Like, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. We'll see how long it goes, yo.
I think he is the LeBron of
rap
music.
Which is funny because they kind of came up together.
And LeBron in year 17 in an MVP race, and Drake is the best. Like,
yeah,
come on, man,
for sure. Yeah, let me see what else we got on here, man. You listen to Joey Badass at all?
No, I do not.
Okay, he dropped an EP this week.
Nice,
fire. Yeah. My thing about Joey is like he's always proved to me that he like one of the best lyricists for me at least. Mm-hmm. I've always put him up there. But one of the things that his sound has done recently is he kind of went pop. And so he dropped this EP, and it was definitely like on some boom bap 90s type beats, and he had Pusha T on there, which is 3 tracks of like Pusha straight T. Heat, which is that's what I want to hear him in. And so when he dropped the EP, I went back and listened to his album, and you know it was definitely like a lot of pop sound, but you know it's funny how like relevant his music is because he's talking about like racial injustice and inequality and everything like that, and I think it kind of clicked for me. Like he went pop in the same way I think Kendrick has kind of done it because they have a message that they need to get across, and they know like you know boom baps is cool and we might think it's a better album, but if you want people to hear what you're talking about, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Go that route. And you know and that's where the money's at too.
Yeah, it's financially it's a good move.
Exactly.
Right, but I think people like that like they have a bigger reason. Yeah. You know, like if you're able to put a story together that'll put someone in your shoes, it might, if that's your true goal is to just bring awareness, like it might be in your favor to go pop. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because you can reach a different audience going pop and still get your message across as well. So yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to do that though. You got to take that route. I know a lot of rap artists always claim when they come in, I'm not gonna go commercial, blah blah blah. Yeah. I
think it's different when it's like you're going commercial just because you can make more money. Yeah. But if you feel like your message has to reach a broader audience, then I understand.
I can understand that. Yeah.
And
that's where the money at. So you got to go where the money at, especially when you're starting off.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Kanye got the album coming out. Everything.
Kanye.
This Friday will be interesting, yo.
Kanye, your boy Logic.
My boy.
Your boy.
The Heat.
Holla at your boy. Cole dropping 2.
Oh, yeah.
Cole dropping
Cole
2
tracks.
songs.
Yep.
I think them's going to be real as heck.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else from this week? I think that's it, really.
That's really it, man.
Been a busy week. Kanye's been taking a lot of the tabloids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He need to just.
We'll see. We'll talk about it next week. We'll keep everybody updated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna give us some more content to talk about.
Some more steam.
He never fails when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Never fails when it comes to that.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, that's everything I got.
I mean,
you got anything?
we touched on everything. I mean,
appreciate you coming on for this episode.
No problem, man. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. For those, I don't know if we mentioned it in the beginning, but AC is gonna be stepping on for the next however long. We had to test the waters of free agency. You know what I'm saying? We brought the new A-list superstar.
Yeah, when Brown went to South Beach, I felt like that. Nah.
Shout out Vince though. I wish you were here, bro. I appreciate the year. For those wondering, it's not beef. We don't have beef.
Right.
But it's just, it's a time commitment to sit here every week. Yeah. So, but I appreciate you coming in.
No problem, man. I appreciate you, thinking about me,
For sure.
Invite me onto the show.
Let's go.
For sure, man.
All right. Appreciate you, everybody listening. Peace. Yeah. It was good though, man. We back in the studio.
Oh yeah.
We back in the studio. For everyone listening, I know this is like added on to last week's episode, but we felt like, there was things that we talked about that came out over the weekend now. We felt like we needed to come back in and kind of do recap review. I guess the first bit of news that came out was Mike Tyson's coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that last week on the show, but
he's fighting is it Roy Jones?
Yep, Roy Jones Jr.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like an 8-round charity bout. First of all, like, big ups to them for doing that. I mean, they're gonna make an insane amount of money for.
Have you been watching Mike on his?
I've been seeing the training
his
videos,
IG?
yo. Man, some of them punch. I don't know how he gets a trainer to sit there and put his hand.
Or
up.
them body blows too. I'm like, bro, I'm tapping out.
Nah.
My rib is done. My shit's done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, big props to them. I mean, they're gonna make a lot of money. It's Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah.
But
Roy was nice
for
too,
charity. Yeah.
Roy was mean with it though.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike was just. They both were, in their right. Like,
they're definitely both all-time greats.
All-time greats,
we get
for
to
sure.
see them have a little match.
Hell yeah.
And for me, I'm excited because, Mike Tyson has kind of been a mystique. You know, especially for me. I didn't grow up watching his fights.
Oh yeah.
He was fought long before I was into sports, really. So I don't even know if he's fought in my lifetime, to be honest. I was born in '97. I have no idea. I would assume no, because he's 50 now. So 23 years ago he was.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
I think he probably had it, but you probably were young and not paying attention to it though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah. No one in my family watched boxing. So.
Oh yeah, and then so you
Yeah. So this is gonna be my first experience. Obviously, he's not in his prime anymore.
Right.
But this is my first experience to watch.
But he looked like he's in good shape. I mean, practicing and getting in the ring and sparring is different than the actual fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but he looks like he's in phenomenal shape. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to take no punches from him, bro. Like, I'm good on that.
Yeah. I don't know if boxing works the same way as like basketball works, because I imagine put Michael Jordan on a court right now and he's still gonna cook up some moves and make jump shots. I wonder if boxing works the same way, where like at this point it's just muscle memory.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you've done it for your whole life and that's your thing, it's kind of like riding a bike. I mean, I can't speak on the boxing or anything, but I feel like if you've done it your whole life, once you start getting back into the rhythm of it, you're gonna be straight.
Yeah, you just gotta get that dust off.
Yeah, that's the main part. I think the hardest part for them two are gonna be like the cardio.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess for those that don't know, Mike Tyson is 56, in his mid 50s. So, and obviously, that's an extremely old athlete at this point.
Right.
I think I looked it up today. Roy Jones is in his late 40s. So they're both up there. Yeah, so that's why we're saying it's going to be interesting to see them fight.
Damn, he's 54.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he is 54.
Yeah, but I mean, like you were saying, the training videos are coming out. Like, he looks great. He looks fine.
Yeah. I think, like I said, the cardio is gonna be hardest for them. But I mean, it's I don't know. They are phenomenal athletes. Like, they're once in a lifetime. So that's why I think,
especially in Mike,
your age. I mean, their age. Yeah, like most people with 56 or whatever, 54, you're done. But their genetics is totally wired different than everybody else's. They're not us. Like, you know what I'm saying? They top of the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying?
Genetic lottery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this is gonna be.
He's 51.
Something I think along the same lines for me personally as like the Mayweather versus McGregor fight. Yeah. In terms of, obviously it's there for entertainment. Right. Like, we didn't watch Mayweather McGregor because we thought it was gonna be a
upset
12-round brutal fight. That's not what it was for entertainment.
Yeah,
and that's what this is gonna be. And I'm excited for that. It's gonna be like my first and only, obviously, chance to see a mic fight with friends and invite people over, how my parents were probably doing back in the day. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I haven't been to a fight night party in a while, man. That'll probably be the next time I do.
Yeah, they don't really happen anymore like that. Boxing's kind of fallen out of pop culture.
Yep.
I think
MMA took over that.
Yeah, UFC's been big. I think, honestly, I feel like a lot of these YouTubers getting into boxing might really revitalize the sport.
Yeah.
I don't think the YouTubers are going to be the stars, but I think people watching their favorite YouTubers in fights might trigger them to watch a Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? Who y'all need to be watching anyway to begin with.
Yeah, he the truth.
Yeah.
He the truth.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, man, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Also on the undercard is, speaking of YouTubers, is going to be Jake Paul, who, those that don't know, is a big time YouTuber and controversial star, and he's fighting Nate Robinson for I guess if you don't really pay attention to basketball like that, I don't think people will know who Nate Robinson is.
Nah, not really. I mean, he doesn't have like a huge name.
Yeah, he's like a hooper's hooper.
Yeah, he is hooper. I mean, he did win the dunk contest. He was like, how tall is he? Like 5'6", 5'7"?
Yeah, 5'6".
Stupid bounce. Stupid bounce.
Talking about genetic lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
He had game though. He had game.
Oh yeah.
I think he plays in the Big Three though too.
Yeah, he does. I think they just won the championship.
He be getting buckets. He be getting buckets though.
Yeah, so he's obviously still in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess for the people that don't know, Nate Robinson, like you said, he's short. He's a 5'6". Anytime a NBA player comes around who's shorter than 6 foot, they're gifted in some other area. Mm-hmm. There's some reason they're there. Yeah. So for Nate Robinson, it was because he was just this insane athlete.
Freak athlete.
Unbelievable. I think there's clips of him dunking over Shaq, actually jumping over Shaq. I remember that.
I think there's one clip that is he's blocking Yao Ming's shot.
Yeah.
Because Yao went to go lay it up, he just
he grabbed it.
Like what? Come on, man.
No, it's insane. So Nate, you got a responsibility. You cannot lose to this man, because for one, we'll never hear the end of it.
Never. And he already runs his mouth.
Yeah.
He already runs his mouth.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I like. When I first heard of Jake, I'm like, okay, cool.
Had you heard of him before this?
No.
Oh, really?
I heard of him being an internet sensation. I didn't know what his thing was. I'm like, was he an athlete? Was he a boxer? Mm-hmm. Or he just an internet star doing dumb shit on the internet?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't watch his shit, but he's a YouTube vlogger.
Okay.
And his whole thing has always been controversy. So he'll do crazy shit, or he'll make a dumb comment, or Instagram.
So that's how he got famous. Because I heard he was calling out mad athletes and
he talks a lot of shit to Conor McGregor's boy Dylan Dennis. Yep. He's in his training corner. And do you know his brother Logan Paul? Does that ring a bell?
Sounds familiar.
He fought KSI in a YouTube boxing match.
Okay, I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so they both their bread and butter is the same thing. Cause some sort of controversy, make a video about it, get your ad money.
Actually smart though.
Yeah,
it's actually smart.
It's a sacrifice. You're sacrificing a lot of mental health in order to make that type of money.
Yeah,
because everyone hates you.
You better be able to back that shit up.
Yeah, sure. I think whether it's a gimmick or not, this really could just be his personality. But if it's a gimmick, everyone wants you to lose this fight right now. Yeah. And so that's tough to deal with. And you better turn that to motivation.
He's been training though.
He's been training.
He got to.
Yeah,
you about to come off there just off the street and just go swing on.
Yeah, I don't know what city Nate Robinson's from, but I don't think it's something in California.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it
maybe
is.
SoCal or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Nate Robinson, you got a responsibility, man.
He got to hold it down. He got to hold it down for the culture.
For sure. No, I think it's cool though. I think I would love to see more beefs get handled this way.
Yeah.
I think
put the gloves on. Let's squash it that way.
There's a lot of rumors of back in the day. I remember Soulja Boy versus Chris Brown, shit like that.
Oh man.
Everybody would pay money just for the entertainment to see that.
Every time.
Yeah, I think it's cool that YouTubers are getting into this space. Yeah. I think that's entertaining. But Nate Robinson, I want real people. I guess just celebrities I care about.
Yeah,
I want them to start fighting.
Yeah,
you know, the YouTube thing's cool.
Yeah.
But I want to see, someone
say,
someone I'm actually
on.
like passionate about.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like Steph Curry, I want to see you fight Trae Young.
Right.
You know what I mean?
the battle of the snipers.
Yeah, I want to know if something like that'll ever happen. Because if the money's right, I'll get in the ring. You know what I mean?
You know what I would like to see? Like these people, like anonymous people that be coming at these athletes crazy, talking mad cash. Put the gloves on and back it up if you really about it. Because they be coming at these stars crazy. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I remember there's a video on YouTube. Y'all can look it up, but it's a video of Deontay Wilder. There's like a troll. Some dude was trolling him on the internet or whatever, and he DM'd him or called him. Somehow he got his number. It was like, "Hey, come to the gym. Say it to my face," type shit. And for some reason, this dude showed up.
What the fuck
and
happened?
they put the gloves on, and it's a 30-second video, and Deontay's like 3-piece, and this dude just falls. And
that's the type of shit I
gets back
wanna
up
see.
and he's like talking more shit. And so Deontay just runs at him and just like keeps going in on him.
Like, bro, you just got floored. What you like? How you talking cash like that?
But I mean, that goes to show you, man. Like, some people just want to talk. Like, it don't matter if they can back up what they're saying.
What is it? 15 minutes of fame?
15 minutes of fame.
That's probably all he needed right there.
Yeah, I mean,
You could be knowing that guy got his ass dropped by Deontay.
but they're gonna live off that. Like, oh, look at this video of Deontay. You know. Yeah. No, but I would love to see some more like celebrity fights. I think that shit would be hilarious.
Hell
Yeah. So talking about what came out this week. First came out was the J. Cole tracks.
Man,
what you think, man? He dropped 2 singles.
dude. So this was like the first one, the Climb Back. That one. I mean, I'm trying to put into words like he came with some crazy bars. Usually J. Cole don't drop bars like this. I mean, he got crazy hits. I mean, great songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like,
he's not a punchline rapper.
He's not a punchline rapper.
I think we talked about that last week.
Yeah. Bro, what that first bar he said about the eye upside down, man. Bro. What the hell?
He said, "I will flip upside down like an exclamation mark."
Yeah, bro.
Like,
woo! Yeah, he said, "I will flip upside down."
Yeah.
Man, what? I lost crazy. It. I was walking and I heard it. I had to stop walking because I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Bro, it's funny that you say that because literally, I mean, people will hear this right after each other. But last week we said that, J. Cole's like a storyteller.
Yeah.
He's not much of a punchline rapper. And then these 2 tracks is just, what's funny is he's doing the storyline thing.
Yeah.
But he's hitting you with punchlines
with the punchlines.
And that's why I think these tracks.
That's why they was cold. Yeah. I'm like, man.
He put everything in there.
I'm hitting them. I'm like, y'all hear this shit? They're like, bro, he going nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
the biggest thing for me was like, the first track, the Climb Back, that's 6 minutes long.
Right.
And I didn't even notice it until after I listened to it.
Me neither. I'm just listening to it. Like, it felt like it was like a regular, length, but it was just so much going on and so many bars. I'm like, yeah. He hit this one.
Nice.
He hit this one out the park.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know which of the 2 because I've been listening to him in succession, like back and back. But one of them, he was talking about like he had a homie who he felt like was trying to take his shine and was jealous of him, and he like set up this whole scheme about how people can be envious and jealous, and how not everyone can come with you, and you have to remove some people out of your circle. I was like,
that's real shit though.
Yeah,
that's real shit though. Cause like man, you would have somebody hating on you like on a low, like you doing good in life, and they'll get jealous of you because they're not doing good in life. I'm like, just grind.
Yeah.
You see, I grind. You grind. Basically, that's what
one
he's saying.
thing. But like what he's talking about is someone from your inner circle.
Your inner circle. That's what make it.
And that happens.
That's what make it worse,
bro. That's a real
bro.
thing for a lot of people.
Like your own, like your man that you grew up with, like.
Sometimes
that shit hurts though, bro. That shit hurt though. Like having your man basically trying to set you up for failure.
Or trying to take what you have.
Trying to take what you have, like
cut out your floor, whatever it is.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's real. And I appreciate. I like it when rappers do this in general, but I appreciate when people open up like that, especially in music.
Yeah,
because they pair so well together. But yeah, I mean,
and like it doesn't. It just happens to them. It happens to everybody. You know, what I'm saying? It happens to regular people and superstars. So
it's funny because when he's telling the story, I'm like putting myself in that guy's shoes, his friend. I'm like, man, you're in J. Cole's inner circle, and you're gonna try to undermine that, like. But I think
everybody eats. Like, you ain't like you gonna just be blow up and then just have you tag along and not, showing you love. Like, he's gonna show you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, and J. Cole, one of the realest dudes ever. So like, he ain't gonna be fake about this shit either.
Yeah, and I think, envy and jealousy is a powerful emotions, man. They'll make you do things that you never thought you would do. you know? So yeah, I mean, honestly, I was listening to these tracks and I kind of had a moment where I was like, man, why don't we talk about J. Cole in these conversations when we talk about top MCs of all time? Like, I know we give Kendrick a lot of that. Kendrick gets a lot of that praise.
But Kendrick's kind of like on the same track as J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking about in these tracks. Like, why do we give J. Cole that cosign so fast?
Right.
But then J. Cole doesn't really get it, at least in my opinion. I think J. Cole, he gets that corny label, which I've never understood personally.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I've never heard that. Some people call him corny?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of it is like, you know, the younger generation who don't listen to music like that.
They
don't want to hear that.
beats. They just listen to beats.
Yeah, they listen to a different kind of music, and that's a different conversation. But
because J. Cole gonna make you think. He gonna make you think. Like, he gonna put you in his shoes, and a lot of like this new wave of music. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It takes time to process what J. Cole talking about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think one of the things that J. Cole's done so beautifully is he's like elevated his production and sound to kind of match the current tone, while still keeping with the message, keeping true.
Example A, the climb back.
yeah, for real. Like, you can play these. I imagine you could play these in a social setting and people just gonna buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
Time.
Yep.
And then you can play them on your own in the car. 2 a.m. The rain's going.
Yep.
And you're saying, damn man, you preaching.
Right.
You know.
Relatable.
But
shit.
I think that's the difference between a top tier artist and someone who's not, is versatility.
Yeah.
What do you sound like on this beat, this BPM? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, this track just kind of, I mean, the two tracks, for one, they're amazing in themselves.
Right.
But for two, it made me think about, all right, I think we need to start having that discussion about J. Cole being in that all-time great list.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been dropping shit forever, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, he don't miss. If you think about it, if you really, really think about it, I mean, it might not be like the top of the charts, number one.
I don't think that's what he's aiming for.
But you know what I'm saying? But that's probably why people don't consider him top tier, because, like, you know, he's not on the charts like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think you can follow his progression in that way too, because, you know, he used to do the radio joints, like Power Trip with Miguel. Man, that's one of the craziest hits of all time, and that's an R&B joint, really.
Nobody's perfect.
Man, yeah, like the list goes on. And then if I feel like a switch happened, whether within him or within the music subconsciously, like 2014 Forest Hills came out, and all of a sudden he wasn't worried about hits, and all of a sudden he was a storyteller, like insane lyricist, and at least me personally. And so I feel like he didn't care anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, he's always been a storyteller. No, that's always been his thing.
Yeah,
it's just,
for sure.
I mean, he can make bangers if he want to, but like you said, I don't think he cares about it.
The Dreamville project, he had that track with DaBaby that they got, Nothing New Under the Sun. Like he can do the hit if he wants to, but I think he's at a point where he realizes it's deeper.
He want to make like conscious music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think even he was talking about it on some of these tracks, like talking about he doesn't want to have nice cars, nice jewels. He had to put that shit away.
Yeah,
I think, you know, when you get to that point, like, he's not chasing a hit or fame anymore. So he put away the things like jewels and cars. So when that happens, is now he doesn't have to make the pop hit, because that's what makes money. But he's said in these tracks, doesn't care about that anymore. Yeah. So now he's just like, all right, I'm gonna make like his last album, Kids on Drugs, talking about the new generation. And it's like, yeah, that's the type of music that honestly he should be making.
Right.
You know.
And I mean, like, he's like a regular dude too. Like, you can like see him vibing out with him. Like, if you see him on the street, he'll say what up to you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like one of these dudes that's like got all this fame and it's like, oh, don't talk to me, I'm too good for you. You know what I'm saying? He dresses like a regular dude too. Like, for real. Like, for real.
Yeah. I remember seeing pictures on Twitter a few years ago of like a new up and coming rapper with him, and it's like I remember Lil Wayne was in the picture too, and it was like, pick out the two wealthiest people in this picture, and they're not dressed, or
they didn't have the jewelry on.
Yeah.
I saw that.
They don't look the part or whatever it was, because they don't wear jewelry and all that. You know, and I think you get to a place where that happens. Like, you do the whole flashy lifestyle for a while, and then I think you realize, like, oh, this is just a facade. It doesn't really mean anything. Or hopefully you reach that point. You
got all that jewelry on, and flashy cars kind of being loud, and, you know, make it easier for you to be a target too. You know what I'm saying? Somebody see you rocking all this jewelry.
Yeah,
becoming easy lick.
That. Like that's the envy and greed that we were talking about.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, but no, I really got to give it up, man. These tracks.
Yeah.
maybe these tracks made me realize how much I want a Cole album.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. if the whole album like this,
woo,
it might be
top
2 and not 2. For real,
facts,
bro.
Facts.
It's gonna be the album of the year. He do this shit. Like,
we'll see. I mean, when he shared the songs, he said he's not sure when the album's coming out yet.
Right.
But he definitely is like at least every other year type rapper. So we got something. So
I think
for sure.
this should be the year, right?
Should be. Yeah. Kids on Drugs came out 2018.
Yep. Oh yeah. We good. He dropping something, bro.
Yeah, it should be coming.
He dropping something, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. What's after that? Logic.
Oh,
no pressure. The retirement album.
I want to hear what you got to say about this, right? Because you was kind of clowning him a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
You was dogging him, talking, but I might not listen to the shit, man.
I did listen to it. All
the way through, no skips.
All the way. I've listened to it a few times, all the way through.
Oh shit! You listened to it more times than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first impression, the album was executive produced by No ID. For those that don't know, No ID has probably had his hands on some of your favorite rap albums, at least in some capacity. He's been around forever. He's involved over at Def Jam. So knowing that going in, I was like, all right, I know the production is going to be crazy. And that's the first thing I noticed.
Reputation speaks for itself.
Man,
his rap is crazy.
Some of these beats he picked were just crazy. There was a lot of beat switches in there.
Which is rare, though, for him, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like I said, I rock with Logic, you know what I'm saying? I rock with him a little bit, but you don't really see that many beat switches and all like in the flow switch it like that with him. So, you know, he's usually just...
Yeah, I think that's... we're in the stage in music where people don't really do the beat switch thing that much anymore.
Yeah.
Which is why when it happens, like Sicko Mode is a good example. When it happens and it's done well, the track can take off.
Yep.
So, yeah, there was a few moments on here where, man, I just got lost in the production, some of these beats. And I think... To Logic's credit, there was a few moments where he used the melody of the beat to be the hook, which I think is kind of a lost art. It used to be like record scratches back in the day, but you know, people don't really do that. So yeah, I mean, first off, like production wise, this album is insane. There's a lot of highlights on that. And then he got to rapping. I think overall, I would say like this is the best performance in my opinion he's had in a long time. And the fact that this is a sequel to his first album, which to this day is the only album I really like, it also set the bar high, but he lived up to it, man. I mean, yeah, I guess I gotta apologize.
Yeah, I'm about to say, give my man an apology, bro. You was dragging his ass last week, man.
Hey, I said if it was gonna be bad, I was gonna kill you. So it's not bad. So I gotta give it up.
Kudos to him, man.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm not gonna lie, there was definitely a few skips. There was one. Let me get the title or the names right.
I think you hit it right on the nose though. The production is A1, is insane. So I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, the production. I mean, So skips. One is called Perfect. I just didn't like the beat. Like I'll play it real quick. This shit right here. This Fruity Loops ass default ass beat. I couldn't stand that. Okay. The one you texted me, you liked A to Z. I wasn't feeling it. It's a spooky Halloween type beat.
I think that's a personal thing for me though. I kind of like that shit just because it kind of that beat reminded me of like some Fab and Jada Nightmare on Elm Street type shit. I mean, that's why I rock with it personally. That. You know what I'm saying? So,
I can see that.
So that's why I rock. He has some bars in there too, though. Yeah, he has some bars in there too. So I'm like, okay, I rock with that.
I guess as far as like the bars go, like this was great.
Yeah.
Like, overall, like he was rapping his ass off.
Yeah, he had a lot of bars on this album. He also gave a lot of shout outs on this album too, though.
He did.
A lot
he was
of
giving it up. Yeah,
bro.
I like that.
And he was,
it makes sense because it's the retirement album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was throwing in a lot of shout outs, you know what I'm saying, like old bars you can remember from back in the day. Mm-hmm. I think he gave like Nas a couple shout outs though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one thing I've always complained about with Logic is I feel like he recycles bars a lot. Mm-hmm. And there was definitely a few moments on here. There was he did this freestyle like a year ago, and the whole verse was recycled on the album, which I don't know how everyone feels about it, but that personally bothers me.
I feel you. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I'm like, leave a freestyle to be what it is.
Don't put it on the album.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it again.
Keep it on the mixtape. You know, leave it at that.
Like, I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, that type of stuff bothers me. He's still talking about being mixed. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, I get that you white and black, bro. It's the 8th album. You're talking about it. Like, come on.
I think he
might be doing it to be funny at this point. You know what
I hope so. He's reaching a lot with that, though. He's reaching a lot with that. I mean, like I said, he talked about his upbringing a lot, too. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he's always been doing that, though.
Yeah.
He's always been doing that. I feel like you can do that at the beginning of your career, you know, touch on some new stuff in the middle of your career, but, you know.
Yeah, I think maybe that's always been my complaint with him is, like, the content.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I appreciate that you want to tell me about your childhood, but literally your debut album, that's what the whole thing was about the come up.
Like,
so it's not necessarily that I don't want to hear you talk about it. It's just I've heard it already.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, how many times you want to hear the same story type of thing.
So that's why I knew you was going to say that. But I felt the same way. I'm like, okay, started talking about his child. I'm like, okay, bro. Yeah. I kind of like, not like I don't care. It's like I zoned out because I already knew.
Exactly. You know what he's going to say. He's going to say he felt, you know, left out. Like, I know what your story is, you know.
Yep.
You know. So, but, yeah. I guess, like, I'll say the highlights for me personally. What we got?
You were talking about the 5 hooks.
Oh yeah, 5 hooks. Yeah, so there's this is one of the tracks with the beat switch. There's a beat switch about halfway through 5 hooks. That was my favorite beat on the album for sure. And Logic did his thing on that track. He snapped. Yeah, but that production was crazy.
Something about Mac.
Oh yeah. Good reminder.
What'd you say?
So the third track.
I laughed so hard when you told me that shit. Like, oh shit, because you was on point with that. Like you were accurate.
Yeah. So I guess to set it up, like Logic has faced a lot of criticism in his career for stealing sounds, and it's different than the way we give Drake or the way we talk about how Drake does it. Yeah. Because I think the way Drake does it is the right way, which is he'll do it with, if he's with a UK rapper, he'll take the UK sound.
Right.
But it makes sense because he's with a UK rapper at the time. Mm-hmm. So that's always how he's done it.
Right, he's there with him.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm getting the cosign because he's on the track with me. Let me, you know. So I think that's why Drake's always got away with it, or whatever. Got away, air quotes. But so the thing about Logic is he's gotten a lot of criticism for taking a J. Cole sound, a Kendrick sound, and then the third track on this comes around. So already, like, I'm hearing this beat and I'm like, yo, this shit sounds familiar. And I'm like listening to it. I'm trying to get there. I haven't figured it out yet. And then I'm trying to find the hook. It's right here. All right. So I'm hearing this, and I'm like, yo, that's Mac Miller. That is exactly how Mac Miller was making his music before he passed. It's like that. I don't know how to explain it.
That's an old school flow.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's an old school flow.
Yeah, this is like some old, like a couple years ago, couple projects ago, Mac Miller type thing.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, for one, it put me in a space where I was like, yo, like, you know, Mac's not even around anymore. I don't want to hear you doing this.
Right.
You know. Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's like disrespectful, but.
Yeah, it's hard to say disrespect because you don't know. Maybe Logic did it completely subconsciously and didn't mean to do it on purpose. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, and that was frustrating, especially because it was so early on in the track list. I was like, man, come on, like I don't. It set me up to be like, all right, he's gonna do this a bunch throughout the project.
I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Truth be told, this is the only moment where I felt like a direct comparison.
Right.
Like, yo, you definitely took this from someone else.
So that whole "you and me" that came from a throwback from Outkast.
Oh, really? That flow?
That exact flow.
Oh shit.
So like, even though like, you know, Mac used it, but like he was like paying homage to the old Outkast, like paying homage to old Outkast. I couldn't think of the name of the song. It's called Elevators though.
Elevator. Can you play it real quick? There's like a little bit of it. Is the production sound the same?
Just the beat might be a little bit. Hold on.
Let it load.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I guess I didn't even think about that.
That's what I meant when I said like it's like throwback, old school.
I guess that makes sense because Outkast really had that sound first. That,
they had
like, that smooth ride the wave type of rap.
Yep. Let me just fast forward a little bit. Can you hear it a little bit?
Yeah, it almost sounds like the same, like the drum break or whatever that is. Old ass long intros on these old rap songs.
I know, right? Hold on. But that you can, it had the same type of vibe, same type of feel. I'm like, when I heard that, I'm like, thought of Mac, but I also thought about the Outkast.
You thought of them?
So I thought about Outkast, right?
I mean, that may be where it comes from because I know he's a big fan of Outkast. He talks about that a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that could be where it is. So I mean, that like left a bad taste in my mouth, but you know, that was really the only moment where I was like, all right, that's a direct copy. Like I know where you got that sound from. You know, but I mean, overall, like
biting is not a good thing to do.
Nah, there's a difference between biting and paying homage.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like what we talked about a minute ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the project. I think, like I said, it's his best performance in a while. I think, you know, he had a lot of eyes on him because of the whole retirement thing. Mm-hmm. So he had to do something.
Yeah, you gotta go out with a bang.
Yeah,
I was surely coming in here like, okay, Sam about to talk some shit about this.
You didn't think I was gonna?
I didn't think he's gonna give him props. I'm about to be sitting like, man, this dude ain't here. Shit, you talking about?
So what you think about it?
I think, like you said, I think the production. I love when, you know, rappers, you know, you can relate to them. Obviously, we said he, you know, touched back on a lot of things he, you know, touched on in his first album.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, he had a lot more bars in this album, so that's what made me, okay, I felt it was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I liked it overall. I'll probably give it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Ooh, you gonna number it?
I'm gonna have to number it, bro.
All right, what you got?
I'm gonna have to number it, bro. I mean, I can't give it a 10, obviously.
Let me, if we're gonna do numbers, I gotta look at the track list. Shit. So did you have any skips? I guess is like the first question.
I had a few.
Okay. I definitely skipped Dad Bod.
Yeah, I wasn't rocking
just
with
based
that.
off the title. Like, bro, come on, man.
I don't want to relate to that.
No, like, I ain't trying to hear that.
I'll probably give it a 7.
7?
So,
did you have any skips or no?
Dad Bod was one of them.
Okay.
What was the other one?
What about the GP4, the one we said sound like Mac Miller? Is that skip for you? Or do you actually enjoy it still?
I'm indifferent about it.
Okay.
It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just It's just there.
Yeah.
It's more of a filler for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Low 7 out of 10.
A light 7, huh?
Yeah, I give it a light 7.
Okay.
But the song that I like the most, which is really isn't even a song, is the Obediently Yours.
The outro? End. Yeah.
The outro was...
Yo, I don't know.
Man.
Do you know who that was giving that speech?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I don't know who that is, but he's always been intertwined with Logic's music. Because I recognize the voice, but I don't know the face.
Sound like it's an old school voice. I don't know if they like made
it's definitely
it
an old
like
recording for sure.
Yeah, old recording for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the best songs. Like one of the best outros. Period. Like that outro was it for me, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's like a 6-minute just like speech about life and success. It was like, that was perfect. That was a great way to end the album.
Great way to end your album. Great way to end your last album.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give it like a 6 for me because I take skip serious. Like if I skip something on the album, it's almost like a whole point.
Yeah,
you know, and there's
a point.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 skips on here, and then you know like the track that sounded like Mac Miller or whatever. Like I got to knock you down for that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not mad at that score. I'm not mad.
Yeah,
at
like
that
a 6. But in all honesty, you know, his last albums have been so bad that, in my opinion, that it almost is like good job. Like
right.
A 6 obviously isn't great, but I'm like, yo, considering what you've been going through and struggling with, I give you props. Like you went out how you should have.
Because his last one was like 4s, 3s.
Bro, all right. So he has his debut project, his debut album, which I loved. That's like a personal classic. And then he dropped like 2 more projects after that I wasn't really feeling.
Right.
And then I stopped listening. So there's like 3 albums that are a 0 out of 10 because I never listened to them.
Zeros.
It's like, all right, bro.
Gave him the Russells,
you lost
bro.
me. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Damn.
But no, I think I gotta apologize, Logic. I was hating last week, and you lived up to the expectation.
Definitely, you know definitely. It was a good listen this weekend. You know, Cole, Logic.
Yeah, a lot of great music.
But who didn't drop though?
I think
Kanye didn't drop.
President West, eh?
Shit, you can call him that. I ain't calling him that. I might call him by
Mr.
him.
West.
I
don't know. He been tweeting, but he never said anything like, "Hey, sorry for not dropping."
Weird title too. What was the name of it?
Donda.
Yeah, Donda. Yeah.
Which was that name? I don't know if you saw like the little freestyle he threw up on Twitter. probably a week and a half ago.
No.
Okay, so he was talking about like his mom a little bit. He was rapping, so I was excited.
Oh.
And then like he did this whole press run and I lost excitement.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't drop. And he didn't really comment on it.
He didn't even say why. Nothing. Yeah, he didn't say why he was not dropping, but I was gonna give it a full listen.
Yeah, I was ready to go. I mean, can't rush greatness. You know what I mean?
I hope that's the the reason why he didn't drop. He's putting in the finishing touches on it. But he got to come with some shit, man.
Yeah,
he gonna have to come with some shit for sure.
Yeah, we're ready though. When it happens, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
man. Anything else in the week, or I mean, obviously we recorded a few days ago, but
I'm good. I'm good. Ain't really nothing much too popping.
Appreciate everybody for listening once again. I know I said that last time, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, bro. Appreciate you being on.
No problem. Arrest Breonna Taylor's killers for sure.
That's a good way to end it. We gonna end it on that.
Always.
Peace.